Paul. Pause. No Alex tonight. You know when my voice comes on right after the hey-o, Alex has some better shit he's got to do than showing up for his unpaid job. It's just me tonight. No guest co-host. We have our guest here. I'm going to poorly do the housekeeping stuff Alex does. If you want to subscribe to us on Patreon, go do it. We put out a live episode with our brewskis, as we call them, in the Patreon comment, and we interact with your comments. Has nothing to do with this podcast. We talk about who the fuck knows. It's football. It's been a wide array of shit. It's just Alex and I shooting the shit. The commenters are shooting the shit, having their own conversations. We answer questions. It's a good time. It's like $3 or $5 a month, and we appreciate it because of y'all. We have got this podcast paid for, and that's really all we want is to have it paid for. Outside of that, Alex keeps telling y'all to go to Spotify and leave a 5-star review and then write the shittiest review you can. Be mean, be shitty, the shittiest you can that it will allow. Same thing with Apple, but he's yet to read any of that, so I'm not even sure if it's happening. He's really fallen down on his job, and I gave him, I don't know, 25, 30 clips to post on social media, and the only one that's been posted, I posted. So I'm going to have to take that over too. Thank you. Welcome to Bass and Brews, your weekly distraction from high-quality podcast content. Speaking of podcast content, our guest tonight is a fellow podcaster. We got Wendell Fishing. I'm going to call you Wendell. Now, I went to high school with a guy called Wendell, but I feel like Wendell rolls off the tongue a little bit better with my southern accent.
It sounds fancy, too. I'll take it.
Is that your name? Is your name Wendell?
No, it's not. That's the funny thing. People think my name's Wendell. It's actually Darren. My last name's Wendell. Or
Okay.
Wendell. I stopped correcting people a long time ago.
Probably by like the 9th grade when you realized that people were going to make fun of you if you continued to tell it. They're going to call you by the name you didn't want to be called.
100%. And my wife's name's Danielle. So it makes sense. Danielle Wendell. Kind of flows a whole lot more than Danielle Wendell. So we go with it. It works.
There you go. So tomorrow morning when y'all are doing what you do for your morning routine and she makes you mad, you be like, Danielle Wendell, don't do that again.
Yeah, it didn't go over too well. But yeah, hypothetically, yeah, that would work.
You're a skinny guy. You probably got some moves on you. You could dodge
I'm pretty scrappy. I'm scrappy. I can run. I can still move post 40. My neck hurts. Okay. Back hurts all the time. But hey, we're good to go.
Well, it happens. It happens. It's part of growing up and having gray in your beard, as both of us do. And Alex, he's not here for you to see, little short fucking bitch. I'll tell you what, you don't owe Alex. But I want you to do one thing for me. And we're going to do this periodically through the podcast. I want you to say something mean about Alex. Yes, you can. Okay. He smokes so many cigarettes. His voice sounds like the lady at the check-in of Beetlejuice. And he's 5'2".
I can't do it.
Do it. Just make something up. Think of somebody you would say something mean about. It could be a friend or a foe. And just say Alex is ...
Man, it's not even like a part of my DNA. Like mean things are not coming to my mind right now.
Alex, I just want you to know that in the green room, Wendell said that you were a munchkin asshole and that he's been watching you wrestle in the ring on those little miniature wrestling videos. He didn't want to say it live on air. That's fine.
Bro, I thought that was our like green room conversation.
Well, that's that's what happens.
I'm sorry.
Sometimes it's, hey, you're over 40, I'm over 40. It's like our assholes. Sometimes shit leaks out and we just can't help it.
I will say, I was reading your reviews on Bass and Brews.
Oh shit! On which one? Apple or
on Apple. Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, I was doing some prep work. Like, what am I going into tonight? And I started reading these reviews, and I was like, wait a second. Are people mixing up the stars? Because I see a 5-star rating, and man, they just ripped into you. And then I started picking up on, oh, they must be asking people to leave the worst review that you possibly can. So that was a good time.
Well, it's funny you did not bring that up in the green room when I was asking, when you said you did some homework, you didn't bring up the shitty reviews. But yes, that's what we have done is leave a 5-star review, leave the meanest, shittiest, or both review you can, and we'll read it live on air. And we've done them. I don't think we're behind. But again, that's Alex's job. That's not mine. I'm the talent.
Right.
I show
and he's
up.
a piece of crap, so he's not getting it done.
Yeah.
I'll try to ease into it a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, what's funny about Alex is he has to sit on a booster seat to reach his microphone, which is on his desk when we're recording. It's just, it's insane. It's insane.
I love it.
Yeah. We did meet in person. We did meet in person. And if he wanted to motorboat my belly button, he would have had to step on his tippy toes to do it. Speaking of your research for this podcast.
Oh yeah, that was a good time, by the way.
I would like, if y'all haven't, go read the comment, go leave one, but at least read them. And we've had people that left reviews that Apple told them no.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They had to rewrite it a time or two, and that's happened numerous of times. So we love it.
Tell you
it's awesome.
I'll tell you what, after the show, I will do my best to leave one of the best reviews you've ever seen. And by best, I mean worst. And I'll give it a 5-star.
I want to see it. Yes, it's got to be 5 stars. We do have somebody that left us like 1 star, but when we read his review, I think that he fucked up. But if he did, I'm sorry I call you out. If you didn't, you're still an asshole, and I forgot your name.
Don't you hate that? Like you got like 4.8 or 4.9. You're like, oh, who's the 2 people that went in there? And you read it. It's like, were you even paying attention to the podcast? Or they're just mad because we talked about FFS or something like that. It's like, come on, gotta be kidding me.
I'll tell you what, we do not care. Obviously,
picking up on this.
Yeah,
picking up on the theme.
We don't have sponsors. There's probably a good reason for it. We've talked about it a lot. We don't have sponsors. We don't do this for anything besides the fact that Alex and I have become best friends, and he lives in Jersey. I'm in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a release for me. Alex retired from the Coast Guard about 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
And
okay.
A majority of the time that we've been doing this, he was all over the country. And we enjoyed it. We enjoyed the guests that we have on. We have a good ass time. It's a release for us. I mean, it is fun for us. It is not a job, even though Alex is fucking failing at his and needs to be reprimanded. But it is a good time for us. Back to the research you were doing before you came on the podcast. I believe this is the first time that this has ever happened because no one else has articulated to Alex or I this type of research. And with this type of research, Wendell's going to talk about, he got some feedback for what he did. So Wendell, tell us about this research you did, and then I would like for you to read it to our listeners.
Yeah, so it's about a couple hours ago. I'm like, okay, I have no clue about Bass and Brews. So go over to ChatGPT.
Hey,
and I paid. Yeah.
Hold on a sec. Did you go to ChatGPT first, or did you go to Apple and read the reviews first?
No, I went to ChatGPT first.
Okay. All right, cool. This is good then. This is good.
No, this is good. And I think my prompt was, I'm about to be a guest on Bass and Brews Fishing Podcast. What should I know? That's the prompt. All right. I've never done this before. And so I was like, okay, I've been using ChatGPT in a ton of different ways. Professionally, personally, it's wild. Thumbnails, video edits. It's starting to get a little crazy. All right. So this is what it says about you. Tone, shows laid back, funny, conversational. They mix fishing talk with humor, off-topic banter, sometimes beer, sometimes life stuff. Is that true?
Yeah, the life stuff's kind of interesting to me, but maybe that's because of the guest. I don't know, but yeah, pretty much is spot on now. I think it leaves out a lot of the negative shit, and by negative I mean the cussing and the picking on people, even though bantering might go into that. But yeah,
There we go.
I would say that is a fair description.
All right, I like it. So next bullet point, this is audience. Mostly kayak anglers, bank anglers, and tournament guys who love fishing, but don't take themselves too seriously.
That is 100% spot on.
Nailed it. Host, Paul Roberts, a.k.a. Paul Heels. Is that right? Is loud, hilarious, and loves tangents. He'll steer the energy high, and they might hit you with some goofy questions, so roll with it.
Holy fuck. Yes. That's
all right. I love it. Here's their like talking points to prep is the next section. Since you're already in the kayak fish.
Hold on. It didn't say shit about Alex.
No, not a single thing.
He started the podcast. Not a goddamn thing. Alex, hold on. Alex, I've told you, I've told all of our listeners numerous times, I'm the talent, and fucking Chat GPT just said it.
The world knows it. All right. So it gives you these talking points to prep. So like, since you're already in the fishing world, here's where you can shine. Your background. How you got into kayak fishing, tournaments, blah, 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 blah. Big win stories. It tells me what to talk about because it knows what I've been working on recently. And so it's like, K-Fast, you could plug your kayak fishing angler safety training in a fun way without being salesy. It's literally giving me prompts of how to bring up what I'm working on because it knows what I'm working on because I've been prompting it for the past month. Isn't that wild? Wild. All right. Common segments. Fishing questions. They'll throw out silly rapid fire questions like pizza toppings, beer preferences, or what rod you'd marry. So be ready to laugh and play along.
What rod you would marry? That is confusing. That's confusing two different things, and we'll play both tonight.
Okay, awesome. Tangents. Don't be surprised if half the show has nothing to do with fishing. That's part of the charm, is what it said. All right, I'm not done. I'm almost done, but I'm not done. Okay. Then it tells me tips to crush it. Match the energy. They joke around, lean into it, mix of humor and good fishing talk, makes the best episodes. Tell stories, not stats. Don't overthink. They're not after polished pro answers. They want real conversation. Let me see what else they have. Have a drink ready. Even if it's just water or coffee, they'll be asking you what you drink at some point. And there we go. I was like, all right, I got a good feel. If it's true.
That is pretty fucking spot on.
I can definitely put.
What in the world? ChatGPT talking
was that
to
the
me.
Porno you were watching for you?
No, that was ChatGPT talking to me.
Oh God! Oh man, you better turn that function off. It's hearing everything. Where's your phone, honey? Yeah, that bitch is in the basement. It is not is not coming anywhere near the bedroom anymore. Can you clip? Is there a way to clip that and send it to me?
Oh yeah, I'll just screen grab it for you.
Yeah, here I'm gonna here. Look at your Instagram message here in a second. But that is hilariously, I mean, spot on. It's amazing to me, and it makes me feel good in my heart that actually it doesn't. It did say shit about Alex. Oh fuck! Hold on, my phone. Damn it! I got my voice control on now. It just hold on.
I see you writing me.
Yeah. Hold on. Just hold on. I will tell you, it's pretty spot on with everything.
All right. I'll tell you what.
You'll figure it after tonight is over with. You will see how Chat GPT missed some things.
Okay.
But they weren't far off. They were close, but they weren't far off. That's pretty awesome.
It's getting crazy. I mean, ChatGPT like, I don't know, 6 months ago. It's like, all right, this thing's just like a BS generator. It's just scraping the internet. But once I started using it, and once you start prompting it, and once it starts getting to know you, man, it's wild how it can like mimic your tone, mimic your humor, mimic everything. And it's crazy how close and how better it's getting by the hour.
Well, every
time
you
use it at all?
I have not. But you can think every time you put a prompt in, it's learning because it's drawing out, especially if you're on the internet, you're podcasting, you're putting content out there. Like it's pulling all of that shit out. And then when you ask a specific question for something, it's it's drawing some more information just to dial it in a little bit more.
It's wild. And when I have my own podcast, right? Kayak Fishing Obsessed. And when I first started, I spend a lot of time prepping, right? Getting to know who I'm having on, kind of prepping questions. I theme all of my shows, so I have to like come in a variety of different angles. And I used to spend like an hour watching their YouTube channels, doing research on their websites, figuring out their latest wins, all that crap. Now
Yeah,
I'm literally
completely
prompt chat GPT. And I'm like,
completely
hey,
different. Go ahead. Sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
I'm just like, hey, I'm having this person on. This is what we're talking about. Here's the theme. You can set up like discussions, so you can like I can have that discussion in a folder, and so they answer it with the same metrics that I kind of programmed it to answer it by. And it's like my shows are an hour and a half, so I need enough questions for an hour and a half, and it is absolutely incredible the questions and how it's all laid out and the kind of the run of show. I mean, that stuff used to take me an hour. It takes me 5 minutes now.
Yep. So it still takes Alex and I less time, less than 5 minutes to set up an episode for us. We invite the guest on. They say yes. We send them the little bit of rules. And then sometime between, I don't know, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern and 7:59 p.m. Eastern, and we record at 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursday,
Yep.
you'll get a link to come on the podcast.
And here I am.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I love
Here
it.
you
I
are.
love it. You got your rhythms down. And it's part of the reason why people listen to you. They don't want the scripted. They don't want what I have to offer. They just love the kind of off the cuff. And so people just love real. They love authenticity in a world of chat GPT, right? Authenticity is going to be king, right? In the world of YouTube, authenticity is going to be king because everyone's going to be saying the same things because they're all going to be prompting the same things. Essentially, I was just listening to, I don't know what it was, maybe some NPR. And on the NPR, they're talking about ChatGPT and how like thought leadership in the next 5 years is really 80% of it's just going to be well prompted responses. There's not going to be thought leadership anymore. Just going to be promptings and just like scraping the internet for an amalgamation of what everyone else is saying.
I will say this as somebody who worked in a startup wearable technology company back in 2018 and
Okay.
spending a couple years in the sales leadership and C-suite executive area, that was already happening through mainly LinkedIn.
Okay.
Where there were certain types of questions that you ask people in certain ways that you introduced yourself that were standard. And that was how conversations went. That was how business and sales went. And that was how all these interactions went were, oh, you go to a networking meeting. Hey, I'm Paul from Bass and Brews Podcast. I help people learn more about fishing and have a good time doing it. And the folks I'm trying to reach are new anglers, kayak anglers, and people that just want to have a good time. And now what you're getting is Chat GPT is, giving that same type of, this is how you should interact with that person.
Yeah. It's wild. It really truly is crazy.
But now instead of you learning that, having to figure it out over months of time or never, now GPT just sends it out. Boom, here, this is what you need to do.
Well,
but it's useful. It's useful for if that's how you run your business, your podcast. You just said it take you over an hour, now it's 5 minutes. Yeah. Time is money.
It is highly efficient. However, there's got to be limitations to it. I don't think AI is going to take over like YouTube and take over my job. I think it's people who know how to utilize AI and do it very well. That's who's going to have that competitive edge and competitive advantage when it comes to content creation. I have a podcast co-host named Seth Taylor. The guy is freaking awesome. He's an excellent angler. And he's been like finishing first, second, third, just about every tournament this past year that he has been in. So he's down in Florida, absolutely crushes it. But we had Brandon Waugh on from out in Oregon. He's a tournament angler. I think the show was, the tournament playbook. and they were talking. We went through all the normal things when it comes to prepping for fishing, right? Oh, you're going to go to Google Earth and blah 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 blah, and then you're going to watch YouTube videos of people who fished in the same areas, and you're taking notes, and then you're going to call your buddies up if you're in the know, within the time that you can talk about it. But then at the end, he's like, he uses Chat GPT to organize fishing reports on that body of water. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I never really have thought of that as another piece of information that you add into all these other pieces of information as you prep for a tournament. And so it's literally changed my life as someone who runs my own business, my own media company, Wendell Fishing LLC. I don't think I've written an email response 2 years. 2 years. I literally just, someone writes me an email and I throw it in the Chat GPT. Hey, respond to this with this tone, be thankful, and this is my answer. Send. And what used to take me an hour to write 7 emails now takes me 7 minutes.
Well, I hope you're proud of yourself, Wendell,
Why is
because
that?
you have just fucked up tournament fishing for everybody using Chat GPT because it's technology, and we're on a huge technology is bad push right now, and probably by midway of next season of the touring professional bass angler societies, they're gonna have a stupid ass fucking lie detector question that says, "Did you use Chat GPT to learn any information about the tournament this weekend?" And somebody's gonna be like, "No," and the lie detector's gonna be like, "Beep beep beep, you lied." And now
No money for you.
You tonight, with the help of Seth Taylor, just started the ban of Chat GPT for tournament fishing.
I don't know. You know what I'm most
you-
worried about, to be completely honest with you? It's not ChatGPT. It's when AI starts connecting with fish finders.
Yes.
That is terrifying because literally, if you can pay to play, there will be a time, in my opinion, and it's probably within the next 5 years, maybe 10 years. The fishing industry is a little behind, where you can connect your FFS and whatever the latest and greatest is at that time is connecting with the internet and with AI. And what it's doing at any given time, it's pulling and it's scraping the internet for the latest fish catches from FishBrain and from every other place that anybody posts a fish catch from, right? It's understanding how fish and where they're going to be at that time of the year with the weather pattern for that day and the wind that's been blowing up for the shore for the last 48 hours times water clarity and turbidity, and it's going to coalesce that information with the latest tournaments that were on that lake and the water temperature, and it's going to take all of the information that we know about fish, where they're supposed to be, what they're biting on, what they've been biting on recently, and all you're going to have to do is freaking hit a button on your fish finder, and it's going to take all that for that period in time on the lake that you're on, and it's going to say, go here, cast this lure. And that's terrifying to me.
Well, there's still going to be assholes out here that have that technology that aren't going to catch fish and then start saying how stupid technology is.
That is true. They will. Oh, just because you can see them doesn't mean you can catch them. I was like, I've watched enough FFS videos to know if you can see them, most of the time you can catch them.
Except on Sharon Harris down here in North Carolina. Apparently that lake has taken a dump on all the anglers going there. It's been a really tough year there this year, even for some of the guys that I know that are really good anglers there. I'm going to finish this and then we'll go on. But anyway, yeah, they had a 17 boat tournament out there this past weekend, and there were 2 4 fish limits, and it's a 5 limit tournament. And
Only
first and
2.
second place had 4 fish.
Oh, wow. No one limited out. That's wild.
No, yeah. On a lake that has massive schools of 16 to 18 inchers.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I haven't been fishing in a while, so I can't really speak on it. But yes,
Well,
it's
that's a
been
shame.
really rough. And I didn't really believe it at first. until I started seeing some folks that know that lake and that were talking about, yeah, shit, something ain't right. But anyway, yeah, technology is going to be as relevant in fishing as the professional trails will allow it to be. And
which they're already pumping the brakes on.
yeah, they are. But look, I don't want to get on this shit all night, but I'll say this. Do I want to go watch somebody catch 6 fish, or do I want to go watch them catch 20? I don't watch a lot of bass fishing, one, because it's boring as fuck. And two, the last thing I want to do is then go watch them not catch anything. So, but here's the deal:
It's worse.
most of the people complaining ain't watching bass fishing either. They're just seeing the results and listening to their buddies talk, who listen to another buddy talk and listen to another buddy talk, and you know, they don't even have side imaging on theirs, and if they do, they don't even turn it on because they don't know how to use it. They got a 16-inch screen for fucking mapping, and
I know the depth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, here's this spot I've been fishing for 30 years. No fish are here anymore because all the live scopers are catching them. Well, you know, fish mode. But that's what I'm saying is fishing is boring, and watching people fish is boring, and that's just how it is. I mean, yeah.
So
anyway,
this is interesting. It's interesting that you say that watching fishing is boring. And I say this because I recently just started a channel about a month ago called Kayak Fishing Uncut. And it's because I've had so many people reach out to me and be like, hey, I would love to see you fish and watch you fish without any cuts. Because right now I'll go out for 8 hours and that'll be a 12-minute video, right? I was like, all right, if there's an appetite for people who just like to watch others fish, I guess there is. You got people like Blanchard and a variety of other people. People just love to watch them fish. I was like, all right, that's going to be, you know, from a business standpoint, that's going to be crazy hours, crazy ads, crazy money if you can build that up over time. So I started no editing. I mean, it takes forever to process because I'm processing, you know, 56 gigabytes of video.
That shit's in the middle of the night.
Yeah, right. I do that right before I go to bed, 100%. Yeah. And I upload it right before I go to bed, 100%. But I mean, out of the gate, I mean, I don't have a ton of subscribers, but when they watch for an hour and a half, like that's the average watch time is an hour and a half. Like, holy crap. If I stick with this for like I did with Wendell fishing, this could be a monster in 5 to 10 years.
All right. Here's the difference, though, is what is your interaction with your audience, aka your camera, when you're fishing? Because you brought up Greg Blanchard. The reason people love Greg Blanchard is because his interaction with the camera while he's fishing, or in the videos that he puts out, his interaction with the camera is what makes it feel great. And Greg's been on before, and we've talked about Greg a lot on the podcast. When Greg is fishing, you kind of feel like you're in the back of the boat with him.
Right.
And when he catches a fish, you get excited, and turns around and sits on a seat and shows you the fish and all this. Like he really does one of the best jobs out there of making you feel like you were there with him.
Yep.
And if you're doing good with what you're doing, then that's probably the same thing. You're probably interacting with them at least a majority of the time. But when you get out there in a tournament setting and you're watching bass or MLF or whoever it is, I mean, it's different there because those guys are fishing for $100,000. They're not just out there fishing for 8 hours.
No.
Yeah, they're not out there fishing for 8 hours and their sole purpose is to catch some fish and talk to the camera because that's what you're going to put the video out on.
Right.
It's just a different mindset, and that's when I say fishing is boring to watch. It's from the tournament side. Now, am I going to sit down and watch an 8-hour video of you fishing? Probably not.
No,
it's probably not going to happen for me. But if you have those people that want to just do that, that's fucking awesome. But my point is that is a different type of product that's being put out there, because the YouTubers in the fishing world are the good ones and the successful ones are super interactive with that camera.
Yep.
And that's who's watching.
No, I don't disagree with you. And heck, if you don't want to watch it, I
It's
was
my
like,
podcast.
I do what I want. No, it's good.
Man.
It's I got to learn how to talk. I mean, it's hard to talk for 8 hours and interact.
No
And
fucking
so
shit. I know, right?
it's tough to come up with something to say. John Dalton does a really good job of it. Greg Blanchard does a good job of it. Now, here's the thing. I don't watch a lot of other creators. Actually,
Most
in
creators
fact, I
don't.
don't remember the last time I watched another video someone else put out. And I do it on purpose, right? I want Wendell Fishing to be uniquely Wendell Fishing. If I start watching all these other content creators, I literally will just steal their ideas. Like, oh, it's a good idea. And then I'll just look just like them in a mess of a billion content creators out there. So I don't do it on purpose. Maybe I should do it a little bit to be like, oh, probably should start doing that a little more, take some cues and P's from it. But you know what? Right now it seems to be working for me. So I don't know. Should I change it? Should I change it up in my style? Thinking no, but I don't know. It's been a long time since I watched someone else full video.
Well, your viewers will tell you what you need to do as
There you
well
go.
through comments and the number that are viewing. I'll tell you somebody that does absolutely phenomenal with long form content. He's been around long time, is Justin from Kayak Catfish.
Oh yeah.
And he I don't know, a few years ago, I now don't really watch a bunch of YouTube anymore, but he started putting out, and I think it was the same thing, is he had people that wanted to see his whole fishing trip. And
Yep.
so he would put out a 4-hour video, 5-hour video, uncut 5 hours of catfishing.
Yeah.
And he would still put out his regular 15, 20-minute
Cut
fishing
version.
sessions of
Yep.
the edited version of that. But you know, he's another one that has a lot of, who is really good interacting with his viewers and made you feel like you were there with him. But you know, on
Well,
that
you have to
side,
because catfishing is freaking more boring than bass fishing.
boring.
So
But then you reel in a 50-pounder and the fucking rod's been over on the other side of the boat, and you're like, fuck yeah, this is fun.
all you gotta do is get there. 3 hours in after tight lining. I mean, some people have that brain, right? They can just talk and talk and talk and just fill time with words. That is not how I am typically. And so I have to like teach myself. Oh, just walk through what you're doing. And so it's a process for me. And I'm sure the videos I have up right now kind of suck, but just like they did on my Wendell fishing page, it gets better in time. So we'll see what happens. I look forward to it. I decided to separate the channels because I was throwing some of that long form stuff on my Wendell fishing page and it wasn't getting a whole lot of traction. I was like, it's because it's two different people. You got people who want what I have been creating, which is really quick to the point, brief, bright, and no fluff. And so we'll see if this works. Have me on a year. We'll see what happens.
We'll do it. Hey, one quick thing. We're gonna play a quick little game.
Okay.
Growing up, did you ever play Marry Fuck Kill?
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
You've never heard? You might be the first guest ever, and we've had people in their 70s on this podcast who have never played the game Marry Fuck Kill.
I've never heard of that. I've heard a lot of things in my life. I've never heard of that
I'm going to have to explain this game to you real quick. All right, you get 3 options. You got to marry one, you got to fornicate with one, and you got to eliminate one through death. Okay? I'm going to give you 3 options with pictures. So you're going to have to listen, look, and then you're going to have to choose. Marry, have sexual relations with, and annihilate. Are you ready?
Oh my gosh. What is going on? Yeah, I'm ready. I guess I'm ready. Ready, not ready?
All right. MFK people. You got Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, and aliens. Are you taking notes? You better throw those away at the end of this podcast. Your wife's going to come down there and see those and be like, what the fuck were you doing down there tonight?
All right, what am I doing here?
All right. Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, aliens. Got to marry one, fornicate with one, and kill one.
Okay. Let's go Bigfoot. I'm assuming she's a female Bigfoot, so I would fornicate because I want to have more Bigfoots in the world. But
Okay.
oh my gosh, I take that. don't know. I'm literally speechless. That's not usually what I am, but I can't unburn that from my memory now.
It gets better.
Oh gosh. All right, the last two are Loch Ness Monster and what else?
Aliens.
Man, we'll kill the aliens. Just too much uncertainty.
Oh, no, wrong
Nice.
one. Shit, my bad. Hold on. Wrong one. There it is.
Oh my gosh. I guess I'm gonna marry the Loch Ness. Heck yeah.
Okay.
I want to just swim around in the water all
hold on.
day long.
What did Alex do with the Loch Ness?
Come on, Alex.
What is
Jeez.
this?
What?
Nope. That's
What's the
not
Wolf of
Loch Ness.
Walmart doing?
Oh, who do you think made these?
Erky made those?
Yes. He's our meme guy. Do you not have a meme guy?
I don't. Oh, I do now. I see to call Erky. I'm gonna give him a ring right now.
Holy shit.
Dave.
Hold on. Alex, it's not here, Alex. What an asshole. This guy is really fucking up this podcast. This is terrible. Oh, no, there it is. I take that back. There's Loch Ness.
Oh, that's more of a mermaid.
Talk to fucking Dave. He made it.
Dave, seriously, bro, step up your game. Come on.
Hey, you ever
What
seen
does
the
Dave?
Bigfoots?
What does Dave actually do? I was talking to him on the phone. He's like, I do construction, and then basically, when anybody in the fishing world asks me to do something, I say yes. Essentially, what I got from Dave. Like,
And
Dave,
I don't think he's getting paid for the fishing shit. He's just fucking doing it. No.
Thing. He's like, I'll just get. I'll get home from work, and after I spend time with my wife and kids at 3 a.m., I'll just start doing all the crap everyone asked me to do. And it's not like just one person. It's like, oh, I see him over here doing FluxJet commercials. I see him over here like working for Kayak Adventure Series. I was like,
yeah.
And then I was on the phone with him this past week, and he's like, hey, if you ever need anything, I was like, I don't even know what you do.
Memes.
What do you do?
Memes.
He's a meme. He's a meme guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
good to know.
Have you ever seen a Bigfoot's penis?
No.
Now
Oh
you
gosh. ChatGPT, come on, ChatGPT. You gotta prep me for stuff like this.
Yeah, Dave is our meme guy. If you go back, if you ever get bored sitting on the toilet one day, just start scrolling through some past TikToks and Instagram reels, and you'll see a bunch of memes, and they're all Dave memes. He's our meme guy.
All right.
He'll be listening. So if you say something really stupid tonight,
yeah,
then at some point I'll go, Dave, we need a meme of that, and we'll get 5 or 6 of them probably in the next 2 or 3 days after the podcast release. Maybe even
I don't even know what I'd do with a meme guy. Once again, Erky,
play
he's
Barry
looking
Fuck
at
Kill on your podcast.
All right, that's the first. I will
There we
say,
go.
ChatGPT did not prepare me for the level of I don't even know.
Well, it
This is
sounds
the
like
next
you've been
level.
really contemplating what kind of pole you would marry tonight. So that question comes later. But
Yep,
for
here we
now,
go.
we don't do we don't do a formal introduction for our guest on this podcast. Now my shit's lagging.
Yeah, skipped over that.
No, you didn't, because we do not do a formal introduction for our guest here. And it's one, because we do not prepare. And two, it's because everything else we do with this podcast, we just want to be a little bit different. So the question we ask folks is, what's the journey that has brought you here to where you are today on Bass and Brews? Your fishing journey.
Yeah.
Hey, while you answer that, I'm going to pop out and come back in, because my camera's like 2 seconds behind and it's pissing me off.
All right. Sounds good. So the journey. So it's interesting because my journey, the YouTube journey, I guess where I really started, about 5 years ago. So 5 years ago, my father-in-law, I was out of work. I was living with my mother and father-in-law down in West Virginia, and he died suddenly of a heart attack in the home. And at that moment, life be kind of like, oh, wow, it could happen anytime. He's 60 years old, right? And so I started really contemplating, okay, what do I really want to do in life? And what do I love? It's like, I love fishing. Well, I got 2 daughters. They're now 10 and 8 years old and love them to death. I was like, okay, I love fishing. I want to teach them how to fish. Well, they might not want to learn like while I'm alive. Right. And let's say they never want to learn. Let's say they have kids and they want to learn. Well, I want to be the person who teaches them. So I was like, okay, I'm out of work. Lazy hands makes a man poor, in my opinion. So I needed to do something. So I just started creating YouTube videos. And I think my first one was like a monster box unboxing. And so got it down. It was freezing cold. I was outside. It was terrible, right? Your first or your worst when it comes to content creation. But got that up and started getting into it. I was like, okay, this is a lot of fun creating these videos. And then my wife and I started getting into discussions about how much money I'm spending on fishing gear. So I started thinking to myself, all right, well,
it's for the kids, honey. It's
yeah, for the kids. And so granted, I'm out of work. I'm living off essentially these government checks that they're sending to everybody at that time, right in the middle of COVID. And so I was like, all right, I'll monetize the channel. And so I was like, okay, what's monetizing the channel? I know a lot of people make money on YouTube. So if you have 4,000 watch hours in a given year and 1,000 subscribers, you can now start making money off of AdSense. And so did that. And then like a few months into it, I had a few banger videos pop. So I was like, all right. And then I started doing the math. So years ago, the only way you can become a professional angler or do this for a living, right? You had to win tournaments, right? KVD, all these guys just out winning tournaments. And I quickly realized like, oh, this is actually in this day and age with YouTube, you don't have to win tournaments anymore to do fishing full time.
What year was
this 5 years ago?
So 2020.
Yeah, 2020, 2021, something like that. Yep.
Okay.
And so I was like, all right, well, I kind of was just goofing around for the first year. I finally got a job and was working, kind of doing it on the side. And then it just kept on growing, kept on making more and more money. It far surpassed paying for the hobby. And now I'm actually making money. It's like, oh, all right. So I started doing the math and doing projections because what I did for a living was I was a professional fundraiser. I was a VP of philanthropy at a nonprofit out in California. I managed a team of 5. And we essentially managed 2,000 people of the highest givers. You know, some of them gave $1 million. Other people gave between $5,000 and $1 million year over year. So I'm managing 2,000 people who do that. And so I'm used to companies looking at me and be like, hey, Darren, I need projections for the next year. How much money do you think all these 2,000 people are going to give? And so I'm running those same projections on my YouTube channel. And I'm thinking to myself, I can do this full time in 4 years. If I treat it like a business, right? Like a full-time job. I mean, do everything I'm doing for, this nonprofit and apply that grit and that grind to YouTube. I could do this full time and I'm not going to replace what I made because I've paid fairly well for being a professional fundraiser, but I can find our new normal in 5 years. And 3 or 4 months ago, I quit that job. Freaking, it was about to give me a heart attack. And I went full time as a content creator. And so here I am 5 months in. Best decision I ever freaking made in my life. Wish I would have made it a long time ago.
I found you started your podcast about 2 years ago, right?
Correct.
So that is where I first found you. Either through Instagram, I think it was TikTok, but it was one of those two. And you were posting clips of your podcast. And that's how I came across you. And then so obviously just I mainly scroll through TikTok. And I've watched your progression through the podcast into the last 4 months. 4 months ago when I'm doing this full time.
Yep.
And then the growth of, or not the growth, but the amount of content you were starting to put out. And so not closely, but I initially saw you through Wendell Fishing Podcast. I think it was, I can't remember. I think you had a name and then you changed it.
It's always been kayak fishing obsessed.
Okay. All right. Thinking about somebody else. Sorry. I drink a lot. But outside of that, I kind of started following that just through social media and to where you are today.
Mm.
And we've heard a lot of those stories on this podcast because we do bring in content creators and anybody from a couple hundred, 500 followers up to folks with over 100,000 subscribers or followers on their stuff. And some of the folks that we've had have started off teeny tiny, just new content creators.
Yep.
And now they're supplementing income or looking to go full time.
Yeah. It's not easy. I think a lot of people, and it took me like 6 months to finally pull the trigger. I think that's the hardest part. I think there's a lot of people out there who actually could go full time right now, but not willing to take the risk. And I get it. I mean, you got family, you got kids, you got
Or the time.
Well, that's most people. There's it's really interesting, right? You get to the point where like, okay, I'm gonna run at this, give it a college best, and by doing so, like you get after. I did this for like a year. You get done working at your actual job, and then you come home and you work again. And then on the weekends, you work again, and then you go right back to work. And who pays the price for that? It's typically your family or your kids, right? And so that's not sustainable. And a lot of times that's when content creators fizzle out. Like, there's no way this is possible. My marriage is falling apart. My family's falling apart. There's other things going on. I just can't do this. And so I was able to, get the full support of my wife and family and run it to the point where I was able to quit my job, get that time back. So now on Saturday mornings, I'm not out fishing when my kids are, at cheer practice or doing, the football game or whatever it is that they're doing. I can actually be a present dad. And so that was really important to me to be able to pull. I was actually going to wait till next year to pull that trigger. Because the idea was I'd have enough savings in order to, if I didn't make a single dollar from now moving forward, I would have a 5-year runway to find the new normal as a content creator. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm 5 months into that 5-year runway, and going better than I thought.
Yeah, and that's amazing. You got the time aspect, you've got the money aspect. I feel like having talked to a ton of creators on here and seen some succeed, some stay where they are and just have a good time, and some fail, is that the instant gratification that they think that when they watch a Greg Blanchard, they're like, I can do this. And 6 months in of them spending hours editing videos and making videos that they think are fucking just as good as any fishing video that has ever been on YouTube.
Yeah.
And to get 20 views, no comments. And that right there is what I feel like over time, however long that their psyche can take it, is what gets them to the point they're like, fuck this shit. This shit's stupid. I'm wasting my time. I just want to go fish. I'm going to put the cameras up. I just want to go fish. I don't have to worry about editing and posting and doing comments. And, if you're really putting good content out there, it's going to hit at some point. What they say, you only need one video to hit, and then you can build off of that.
Sure.
But it's so much that goes into this, and it was easy back in 2012 to 2015 because there were not a lot of people out there doing it at the time, and things were different with social media. You didn't have as many avenues to put it out there. It was pretty much YouTube and Facebook back then wasn't even doing videos like that. It was pretty much YouTube if you were doing videos, and now you got to post on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and YouTube and Twitch and all this other shit. And it's just it's just so much more combobulation of bullshittery that you've got to deal with.
Yeah, it's a full court press. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to stay at home here at YouTube and think that's going to be enough for companies. No, they want it all. They want you to have a podcast. They want every single one of your other platforms to be successful. And it's wild. It's hard to do. It's not easy. And oh my gosh, the saturation is insane every day.
Yeah.
There's someone new taking their shot.
As they should. They think they can do it. put your shit out there. The
Put it out
viewers will
there.
the viewers will tell you yes or no, and
They
sometimes
will.
it might take a year.
Oh,
Speaking
I
of podcast,
think it'll take you
you
more
do
than
have a
that now.
podcast. What's that? What?
I actually
Look,
think it'll take you a whole lot longer now.
right.
I used to
Well,
say like a year ago, oh, if you want to do YouTube full time, you have to have 5 years and you got to treat it like a business and like a job. I would
shit,
say
most
with every year
motherfuckers
that
can't
goes
make it.
on,
Yeah,
go ahead.
most motherfuckers can't make it 2 months.
No,
So,
no.
I mean,
I'm
come on.
telling you, you need 6 or 7 years, right? Because there's so much saturation, so many great content creators. A lot of the old content creators have become monsters. They have teams behind them, right?
Right.
So now you're
Yeah.
not competing with like Joe Schmo. You're competing with a company, a media company. A lot of these guys are backed with like actual companies. And
But-
so they're highly resourced.
Yeah. And those it's evergreen content. And so those old videos are still making them money as they pop up and come through. So there's a lot of evergreen content. Everything's evergreen content now.
Yeah.
My question to
Beauty
you
of
was, you
YouTube.
started do what?
That's the beauty of YouTube versus any other
Right.
social platform. It sits.
Yeah, when you search on there, you're not going to get the most recent. You're not going to get the most highly viewed. You're going to get an array of newer videos, older videos. I mean, I don't know how they figure that shit out. Damn, I got hiccups, y'all. You have to excuse me. But like when you search on YouTube, you're going to get you're going to get newer videos, older videos, high view videos, no view videos. I mean, it's you just never know when somebody's searching ball transition, like our buddy Mike's crappy fishing keeps talking about. He didn't know what the fuck the fall transition is. He's going to be a guest coming up, and I'm super excited about that one. But my question is this for you:
Yeah.
you started a podcast, and you were doing YouTube at this or social media at this point in time. And I don't put podcasting into social media. You're doing social media. If you started 2 years ago, about 3 years, and then you start a podcast. Why the podcast?
Yeah, interesting. Great question, by the way. I'm on episode 113. The reason I started.
I'm the talent.
Yeah, right.
That's
I know.
all I do is have great.
It's
shit.
your podcast. ChatGPT told me that you keep talking about a co-host. Can we call him the co-host?
Well,
You're the actual host.
We're both co-hosts.
Yeah.
Even though I'm about to fire his ass.
Yeah, right. You can be the principal, and he can be the co-host. Come on.
You know, I'm the principal. He's the vice principal.
There you go. I still don't even know if he exists in my world, or like from my perspective. I haven't seen anything. He didn't show up in my ChatGPT in my research. He's not here tonight, and so I'm like,
he hasn't been here like 3 out of the last 5 weeks. Little fucking short bitch.
You should just lock him out of StreamYard and just take over the show.
Funny thing, I mentioned earlier, he was in the Coast Guard, and when he left, I had to run everything. I had a 9-month period where he could show up sometimes when they had a port call. He would go. So some of our funniest episodes was him getting the shitty Motel 8 in San Diego, and there being fucking like crime going on and druggies everywhere, and he's in there recording, and it's pixelated because the internet sucks and shit. But there was a 9-month period where I did everything, and so what I did was I set up 2-factor authentication for everything, because that's the safe thing to do.
Right.
Well, obviously he might be on the fucking boat, so he can't send me shit. So I've got all the login information, but all the 2-factor authentication comes to me. So
just slowly taking it over.
Off, yeah, if he comes back pissed off, talking shit, and he wants to kick me out, good luck, bitch. Anyway, back to starting a podcast.
Yeah, so I started the podcast because I'm fairly new, and I was like, you know what? I don't know anybody in this industry, and so the whole idea of starting the podcast wasn't to necessarily have a successful podcast. Now, granted, as a side effect, I would have loved that, but really, it was me to be able to invite people on that I typically wouldn't have access to. Right? You're just not gonna have someone come up and talk to you for an hour and a half. Now, if you invite them to be on a podcast, everyone loves talking about themselves, and so most of the time they say yes.
Fishing, especially
fishing, 100%.
Motherfuckers, yes.
And so I was getting people way above my podcast ratings to come on and talk. And once you get a good one, like someone everyone like desires to hear from, then you're like, when you ask somebody else to come on, you're like, oh, I've had Blanchard and Fluke Master and Hoover, and you start listing the people like, oh, I want to associate with that podcast. He obviously knows what he's talking about, and it must be a good one, or you wouldn't have got these individuals. You just continue to build on that, right?
Yeah, bullshit. Those motherfuckers will come. Anglers will come on any podcast.
100%.
If you have a podcast, ask them. Don't shoot your shot. Shoot your shot, because they're never going to say no. They just won't answer you until at one point in time you're going to send that DM, and they're like, "Yeah, when? Tell me more."
Yeah, 100%. I just had Blanchard on. Now he's notorious for, and he would even tell you like, "Hey, I don't answer a lot of emails, and I don't get on a lot of podcasts." I know he's been on yours, and I've had people come on, and I kind of announce it on StreamYard like a couple weeks ahead of time, and so it throws it out to YouTube. Hey, notify me, it's coming up, and people are texting like, "Bro, how'd you get Blanchard?" I was like, "Well, I was at ICAST, and I just asked him," and he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Cool," and I did the follow up. So here we are. And so
I sent him a picture of Bass and Brews Bigfoot, and he thought that was funny, and he just said yes. So if y'all would like the picture from Bass and Brews for Bigfoot to get Greg Blanchard on your podcast, thanks to Dave Urkel.
Urkel, Dave Urkel.
Urkel, the meme master. We'll send it to you. There's a price involved in it.
I like it. Yeah, I mean, you've had Blanchard on for years. I was actually going on to YouTube, and I said, "Oh, you guys had him on years ago."
Yeah, it's 3 years ago, a little over 3 now.
Yeah,
that was one that. All right, quick story, and then we'll get back to yours.
Yeah.
I set that up with Alex not knowing, and I was fucking. So, I have pranked Alex a lot in the 4 years that we've been together. I have really fucked with him a lot. So he never knows, because I fucked with him with shit that didn't happen or wasn't true. And then I fucked with him that was so outlandish that it shouldn't be true, but it was. And so he still to this day has no fucking clue. He's always a wreck when I come up with a surprise. But anyway, this one, I keep telling him, dude, this is going to be a surprise. I'm so excited. Surprise, blah, 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 blah. His daughters did this fucking dare of eating this old ass egg or something at school, and both of them were throwing up all over the house, and his wife was unavailable, and so he couldn't make it. And I'm like, dude, I've got Greg Blanchard on tonight. Yeah. And he's like, fuck, damn, shit. We start recording. Greg and I go, I think it still is, I don't know, over 3 hours we record. Okay. And I keep texting Alex about every hour. It's like, hey, dude, we're still on. Come jump on. Yeah. And so we go 3 hours and he never makes it.
Nice.
So anyway, yeah.
Just you text him right now. Hey, bro, this is the best podcast I've ever. Where's he at right now?
I think he's up in your neck of the woods.
Oh, that's right. You're telling me he's only a couple hours away from me.
We're talking about Alex or Greg?
Alex.
Okay, so everybody, I give Alex a lot of shit for missing podcasts, and he's never had a good excuse until tonight. His daughter started playing Pokemon a year and a half ago, or give or take 6 months, and she got really good at playing Pokemon and Pokemon tournaments. And Alex has talked about this. We've talked about this on the podcast numerous times because she's won tournaments. Anyway, she made a national tournament, and somebody sponsored her to go. I think they just had to pay for travel, and they drove, but entry fees and whatever else going on. So yeah, they're up there for a Pokemon tournament somewhere near Pittsburgh, I think.
So I thought Pokemon was just like collectibles. It's actually like a game that you play. How do you win Pokemon?
I don't play card shit, but it is. Yeah, they have actual. She was beating grown men who were getting mad.
Oh, all right. Yeah. I like her.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I love weird stuff that.
Hold on, winning money, like $200-$300.
I love it. Just taking
that's better. That's better than bass fishing tournaments in a boat. Motherfuckers will pay $100 to go enter in a bass fishing tournament in a boat and
win
go
200.
win $500. And all you gotta do is just buy some Pokemon cards. And I don't even know how the fuck you play Pokemon. My son loves Pokemon. I don't know. World of Warcraft. I didn't do that shit.
No. I'm
I
glad
was
my
outside
girls
rubbing
don't
sticks
like that.
together trying to make fire for half of my life. I mean,
I was on a
you know.
BMX bike my whole life. Just
Oh
riding.
shit.
Just riding. Love it.
Rad. Tell me
Yeah.
about the movie Rad.
Oh yeah, I watched that so many times.
We're the same age. I'm 43. How old are you?
43, man.
There you go.
So we grew up.
Rad was the shit.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Oh my gosh.
It,
go find
it had that 1980s Rad written in the what was it, like the splash paint type deal, that pink and stuff.
Yeah.
Rad was I probably rented that movie more than anybody in my town of 700 people.
Oh,
American Ninja one.
I love like the rental experience, which no one will know nowadays.
No,
it's gone. To get the NES or the Sega and to have your dad drive you to Video Safari or whatever it was for you, and just being able to pick out a couple games. Oh my gosh. And then come home and just play with pizza and game until you can't, stay awake anymore. Yeah. That's the stuff dreams are made of. And I now
go ahead.
No, I have now, like, I'll have the guys who look like me and they're like, hey, do you remember, like, it comes up in my TikTok all the time. Hey, do you remember this game? And it was like Toe Jam and Earl. I was like, heck yeah, I remember that game. Hey, do you remember this game? Contra. And he goes, he blows on it, right? And then they play it. And it takes you to this nostalgic place. That's like, oh, wow. I didn't realize it could have such a strong feeling from a sound I haven't heard in 25 years. Hey, you remember Paperboy? And then it comes on. You're like, whoa. Yeah. It's like nostalgia just smacks you in the face.
What was the one with the car that shot oil out the back?
Oh.
So I wasn't a big gamer. I had friends who had every time a new system came out, they had.
Yeah.
I had a Nintendo, and that's where my gaming experience stopped. Was the original Nintendo. But I had buddies that always got the new Sega. I had buddies that got all the new Nintendo shit. So I wasn't a gamer when it came to renting. Right. But when it came to movies, it was a treat to be able to go on a Friday night or a Friday afternoon and go rent American Ninja or Rad or Garbage Pail Kids and shit like that. Well, that bitch had to be back the next afternoon, 24 hours later. So what happened in my house, we had one TV, one VCR. So what would happen is we would get a couple videos because it was like a $1.99 or $2 to rent a video, and you couldn't rent more than two because $4 fucking was too much to rent videos for anyway. But we would come and we'd have like a family video or something or this and that. But then in the middle of the night, I would put American Ninja in and just play that bitch to the end and then play it into the end and then wake up the next morning and play it. Same thing, except video games for you, movies for me. Yeah, that rental experience was something else. I mean,
be kind, rewind, man. Be kind, rewind.
Yeah. You got charged if you didn't rewind.
They rewind it.
They would charge you.
They had extra fast rewinders too. Did you ever have one of those?
No,
your house?
No, fuck no, we did not at the house.
You gotta sit there and wait for 20 minutes.
But you would go to the damn movie store and it's like
flips it back.
Done.
Oh,
but they charge you an extra $1 for not rewinding. And then at least at my local place, they would always have 2 or 3 of the tapes that people had left in their car and had melted.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh.
Please don't leave, these in your car. And then they would have a wall with pictures and names of people who had rented videos and not returned them. And it would show how much they owed. Yeah, it would show how much they owed. Now, again, I'm in a town of 700 people. So you knew everybody on that
every single one of those.
Right, yeah. And it was great, man. And it was just and the smell. Kids nowadays, people nowadays that never got to go to a video rental place, a Blockbuster, there was a smell in there.
Yep.
It's wonderful.
I've had
Good
a ton of other
times.
stuff coming. So you remember if you had one that had windows and the whole front row was just roached and it was all like one faded color. Remember that? Like it was all like light blue because the UV rays had just completely
Yeah,
roached
eat it.
all of them. And then I remember you go up and you had to like look behind to see if there's actually one available. That's how you knew if one of the tapes. And sometimes it was like 3 or 4. And then you go up to the register and they had like, this is Andy's pick and this is Joni's pick. And it's the latest movies that came out. And then they always had those big giant TVs in the corner actually playing a movie.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
Yep.
man.
Oh, and then you keep watching, your mama, your daddy, whoever took you. And if they got out of eyesight, you ran over into the X-rated side and just start looking at. All you did were you started looking at all the. There was nothing. There were no titties or anything. But
no,
it was
you
just the
section. Real quick.
Yeah,
There was no one had a camera back then. You just had to like in that moment. You just had. Oh my gosh! Do you ever watch Flight of the Navigator?
I probably, but I can't.
Okay, I don't. For whatever reason, I watched that over and over and over again. My goodness, that was some good times. Now,
it was
about 5 years ago. We actually had one of those stores still in existence within walking distance from our house at the time, and so my girls were able to walk over there and like kids' movies for free. The thing was going out of business. It was like another video safari, and but that's the last time I had that rental experience was about 3 or 4 years ago.
That's
so
pretty good sad. Because I haven't. The last experience I had with a rental video store was in 2017 in North Augusta, South Carolina. I worked for a physical therapy clinic or physical therapy company, and we were building out a new clinic in this town. And the space that I renovated to turn into a clinic was an old Blockbuster.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the old Blockbuster, and nothing else had come in. So we went in, it was nothing but the shelves on the walls.
Oh, really?
And in the middle of the facility was nothing but the shelves, obviously empty. But yeah, it was an old Blockbuster.
So,
and matter of fact, you talk about the TV playing videos.
Yeah.
In one of the corners was
Still there.
the TV wasn't there, but where they had the TV and the VCR player it was framed out and everything.
Yeah, and just by the way, everyone, we weren't flat screens. You're talking about they had the big old tube TVs up there in the corner. I mean, it literally took up the entire corner.
Yeah.
Now, recently, I watched the Netflix documentary, The Last Blockbuster.
It was in Alaska, right?
It's up in, I think it refers to the sole remaining in Bend, Oregon.
Oh, is it? I thought it was Alaska. Okay, but Bend, Oregon.
Maybe it is Alaska. Let me see. I gotta look this up now.
Hey, look it up. Look it up. We're going to take a quick break while Wendell looks that up because I don't want to miss anything. And Alex is not here. And I've got an overactive bladder, and I've been drinking a lot of water because I've been rolling. I got tinkle.
All right, let's do it.
All right, we're back.
All right, got some information for us.
Okay, hey, real quick also, this is shit that Alex would typically do, but our fucking guest is having to do his job today. What do you think about that? What do you think about Alex to this point? You're doing his job right now.
Yeah, I know you want me to say something terrible about him. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I don't even know the guy. I feel bad.
Also, back in the green room, he said that I can't believe your co-host doesn't show up for your podcast because if mine didn't, I just would find somebody else.
You know what? Truth hurts sometimes, I guess. Oh my gosh. All right, Blockbuster. Ready for this?
Yep.
All right. Key facts. Located Bend, Oregon. Only surviving Blockbuster store worldwide. The store was originally a Pacific Video in 1992. It converted to the Blockbuster franchise in 2000. And then after the closure of all the corporate Blockbuster locations in 2014, this franchise location became the last remaining in the world at 2019. And
Hold
so
on.
this thing's been...
Blockbuster wasn't Blockbuster until 2000?
No, I think this particular store was originally a Pacific Video, and then it converted over to the Blockbuster franchise.
All right. I was about to say, because I'm pretty sure I can remember when our local Peachtree Video was no longer in existence. We had to drive to the next town over 15 minutes to get to a Blockbuster, and it was beside the Bilo.
I like it. I like it. So the ownership actually still remains under the original franchisee's ownership, and it operates with the blessing of Dish Network, which I guess owns Blockbuster trademark. So
did you know, I'm going to fuck this story up, and y'all can go look it up. But at one point, Blockbuster and Netflix, or no, not that, was it Redbox? Never mind. I'm not even going to fuck it up. There's a weird story with either Netflix or Redbox and Blockbuster, and a deal being worked out and fell through kind of at the last minute. Or either maybe it was, I don't know. Y'all go look this up. We're not going to talk about this on the podcast, but I'm pretty sure, I think it might have been Netflix reached out to Blockbuster, and Blockbuster told them it was a stupid idea. Something like that.
Yeah, I you know what? That's now,
There's some
I
kind of
slightly
story.
remember they turned down the opportunity, and then Netflix or Redbox became a
I'm
monster.
pretty sure it was
Remember
Netflix.
Redbox? Yeah, Netflix.
Oh, dude, we still had a Redbox at our local Walgreens in my town I'm at here.
Oh, really?
Up until maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. 2 years ago, somewhere in there, we still had.
I love those things. I loved going up there and lifting the red screen and be like, I want this movie, and taking it. Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
Well, we had Netflix in, I don't know, 2011, maybe, when we got it, and I never used it. My wife was using it for whatever shit she was watching. And then, because I think it was one DVD at a time. And then they had an offering where you could get 3 at a time.
Right.
And when that happened, when you bought DVDs, you used to get the box sets of DVDs for TV shows. And I had a bunch of box sets of DVDs, and I had run out of those TV shows. And I'm pretty sure at that point in time, it was probably somewhere around 2012, I started using Netflix to like watch Dexter.
Okay.
And all of those shows to get that were on HBO or Cinemax that we didn't pay for, that I could get caught up on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember putting the DVD on my fucking laptop computer and laying in bed with that bitch like being 110 degrees on my chest, watching shit until I fell asleep.
What was it where they actually, you didn't go to like the Walgreens and get it out of the box, but right prior to that, they had it where you can go online and you can like queue up the videos you want, and they send it in the mail.
That's that? Netflix.
That's Netflix. Is that how that?
Netflix? Yeah. Yes. So
and then Netflix came out, and Netflix went streaming.
Well, yeah. Netflix originated as a mail-in DVD. So you order a DVD. Let's just say Sex and the City. All right, we're gonna watch Sex and the City tonight. Well, not tonight, but hey, all right, Netflix, Sex and the City. You got that DVD in usually 3 days.
Right.
And it would be typically, if it was a movie, obviously it was just that movie. But when you would order a DVD for a TV show, it'd be that season, or how many ever
like a fit season, on a DVD, right?
Yeah, it would be how many could fit. It could be 3 or 4, how many ever hours, I can't remember. And so you get it would come in the mail, and you would play it, and then in the mail, when they sent a return package, and then you would throw that in the mail, and it would take 2 or 3 days to get there. And then on your Netflix account, you'd have it queued up for your next
Yep.
one, and then you would get the other one back. And so at first it was one, and then they had a option to get 3. You could get
Yep.
3 at a time, and you might could have get 3 at the first. I don't know, but at some point
Yeah.
you could get like 3, and that was the deal. Is you were just rotating through. So if you wanted to watch, let's say Rome, a HBO show, or Dexter, a Showtime show, you know, my wife would get her DVD, and I get two DVDs of Dexter. And so I'd
Yep.
watch the first one. I'd send that shit in the mail as soon as I could,
Yep. You
and
could
watch the
rotate it.
next one. And then I'd only have a day or two before, you know, I got the next ones that came in. But that's how Netflix started. It was not there was no fucking streaming
No.
in 2012
No.
at all.
It's crazy how fast this stuff happens. And I
It's
was
just
like
like
super
fishing.
cheap back then.
But
I would go-
nobody's pissed about technology with us watching shows. Only in fishing are people pissed off about technology.
People need to calm down a little bit. So I remember back in the day, I was like super poor. And so what I would do, I'd go to Amazon and buy the used sets. And then I'd watch the entire set and I just resell it for the same price that I bought it for.
And and some of those CDs were scratched, so you couldn't even
Oh,
watch
yeah,
that
heck
fucking
yeah.
episode.
Like, I guess it's worth the price of admission. So I'd buy it for $60, turn around, sell it for $60, call it a day. So that was the poor man's Netflix, I guess. And I did that for a long time.
Yeah.
A long time.
That probably would have been eBay back in those days.
Yeah, I probably, yeah, you're right. I think now it probably was.
Because Amazon sold fucking college books.
So yeah, I remember. I remember because I get done with my college books and they still be in the plastic, and I try to like sell it back to the bookstore. Like, why can't I get
they
full
give
price?
you $50 for a $300 book that they're going to resell for $250.
Oh my gosh, Amazon was saving me a bunch of money.
Oh, my wife is a doctorate in physical therapy.
Okay,
and this is when Amazon started being. Not a lot of people knew about it. It was newer, but when she went through her DPT school, a ton of her books came from Amazon.
Oh yeah,
and
100%.
She might have shit that Jeff Bezos sent out in his fucking garage. Probably not, but yeah, you know, that's how it started.
It's crazy how that became a monster so fast. My gosh,
crazy.
It's a lot of fun.
How about this fishing podcast? This is great. We've probably spent the last 45 minutes talking about videos and VCRs.
We're
and Netflix.
We're 1 hour and 17 minutes into this. I don't think I've talked about a lure or a rod or a technique in an hour and 20. I love it.
What rod are you going to marry? I'm just kidding. But see, this is where Alex would have been having a fucking conniption fit and been steering us back on some type of target that nobody knows about but him, because he doesn't tell me shit. But yeah, this is why we have long episodes when I'm here, is especially with a guest that can get on a tangent. Thank you, Chat GPT, for saying you're probably going to get on a tangent. So here we are. But this is a great one. This is a great VCRs, old movies. This all started because you talked about loving BMX, and I said rad.
And we went down the dark rabbit hole.
We did.
Yeah, and we don't even have to stop, right? We can start talking. Do you remember Sega CD?
Go.
You remember Sega CD?
My buddy John Gehring was the guy that he was the Sega guy. So when a new Sega came out, he got it. When a new game came out for Sega, he got it. Again, I had Nintendo. ADHD. When I went over to his house, we usually, so our thing was Madden and what's the video game that they made the movie of? Finish Him.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. So our two things.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Him and I would play that shit to the wee hours of the morning, and then he would go to sleep, and I would put Madden on, and I would play fucking Madden all night long.
Get over here.
Get over here. Finish
Scorpion,
him.
Man. That was mine. Scorpion. Get over here. You throw that spear and pull him over, and then the uppercut. Oh, where the spine came out of their body and their head flew in the air.
It was crazy. It was crazy graphics back then. Not only that, this was during the AOL days, and he had a computer in his room in the coat closet, and that's when we would try to go on AOL after his parents went to sleep and try to find nudie pictures. And it was the hardest thing ever just to find like some clear shots of nipples. It was wonderful. Yeah. And then shit would kick you off. It's terrible.
Yeah, in order to get an email, you had to like log off and then log back on. I remember I had a girlfriend. I had a girlfriend at this time, and like we were talking through email, and I literally had to log on, write the email, log off, and which took forever, by the way. And if you don't remember this sound, it's like.
Hey, Alex, pull up the sound. Alex, pull up the sound. Oh, never fucking mind.
Yeah, you're not here. Just show up. So that took forever. I remember having like what you can have a conversation in 5 minutes took like an hour and a half because you're trying to do it through email logging in and off. But man, Mortal Kombat, now that's bringing back a memory for me because I remember when the movie came out. I was in high school.
Oh yeah,
and my buddies
terrible
loved it.
movie.
I was first in line to watch that movie. Loved it. I mean, I love the experience and nostalgia that it brings me to this day. Oh, you still there? You're kind of glitching out a little bit on me.
I was going to try to look it up, and I don't know if you can hear me right now, but now my shit's all fucked up. Thanks, Alex.
You're good.
Mortal Kombat, love Mortal Kombat. We had so Peachtree Video also had some games in it. They had one pool table, and then they had some games, and I think one of them was Mortal Kombat. Arcade games.
I just had another nostalgia moment pop up. You remember when you would
Real
so you never really knew
at 11 o'clock?
No, I'm not talking about the screen.
Oh, never mind. You said you were poor. You didn't get HBO.
All right. So you remember going to the store and you would take your videos up. You're like, oh crap, I have no clue what they're going to tell me. Are they going to tell me I have a $50 charge fee? You remember that moment where like, oh, you can't rent another one until you pay your fee, and you never knew what your fee was. It was maybe $10 or $20. I just have that very distinct. Oh, you owe $4 or you owe $8. I always owed for some reason. Always. They would like freaking call you like, hey, this is late. You're like,
yes.
Crap. I'm not going to go back there.
Them your home. You had to give them your home phone number to rent videos.
100%.
Yes.
And so I remember we had like a couple stores in town. And so one was called Questers. The other was Family Video. I think I got so behind with Questers that we just stopped going there and just went to the other one.
Your picture, your name and picture, your name with a Polaroid picture. Don't rent to this motherfucker.
Fees.
And it was all on a piece of paper too.
Yeah,
like, there was no computer. It was they would go look through their list, and they would have to pull the piece of paper out to scratch or whatever through. Yeah,
yeah. And then you get now. The popular videos, they might have 15 of them, right? And usually the popular ones, they'll all be gone. So you tick it up. You're like, hey, when are these supposed to be back? Well, one was supposed to be back at 4 o'clock today. Click, 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 click. So I think one might be back tomorrow. And like, you literally were like, oh, I'll be back. If you live nearby, I'll be back at 4:30 to see if it's here.
Yes.
And it never is here. Or, oh, let me check. It's a little drop slot. And they're like, oh, they're like scratching through the drop.
That's right.
Trying to figure out if it was returned or not. My gosh.
But it's the 90s. It's the
awesome.
90s, and Jaws was on every fucking VCR shelf in the country. There was Jaws was there too. I mean, old VCR tapes were everywhere.
It was amazing. I really wish. I don't know. It's been fun talking about it, but man, I wish we still had those. I mean, we're pre-internet guys, so. I loved just that feeling of hopping in my dad's truck and going to the store, and that was my weekend. Oh my gosh!
Oh,
and my brother
was the bike.
So what?
Mine was the bike. We rode that again. A town of 700 people. We rode our bikes to go get it, and so we didn't have book bags. There were no bags. When you got a VCR, if you had 2 or 3 movies, you had them under your arms trying to pedal back home. But at that point in time, too, I could pedal without hands.
Yeah, right.
Back to my house, half a mile away. I mean, I grew up in a town where the lady who babysat me, I was probably 6 years old. she would need a can of snuff, peach snuff, and she would give me $1, $2, whatever it was. I'd
Okay.
ride up to the red and white, and she'd have called from my house phone. Hey,
Okay.
Paul's coming to get me some peach snuff. For people that don't know what snuff is, it's tobacco.
Right.
And so I would get to the red and white, and I would go grab the can of peach snuff because it wasn't behind the counter. Anybody could grab it, and
Right.
I'd come set it on the conveyor belt and. Hey, Paul, and I would give 6 years old buying some tobacco products from the red and
Oh
white
my
to take back to
gosh.
Cree at the.
Just call it ahead. See if that works
Yeah.
now. Just have a
Hey,
just
Paul's
have her
coming
call
to
it
get me
ahead.
some snuff. I put that shit in my pocket and pedal my ass back to the house and give it to Cree, and we'd sit down and
Oh my
watch
gosh.
her stories, which are Young and the Restless and all that shit.
I wouldn't change it for the world. I love how it grew. I love riding your bike everywhere. We had like a small bike gang in my neighborhood. And I remember as I was getting like older, during the summer, like there were 3 or 4 of us. And we would just go. Like my parents would go to work and we would literally ride our bikes for 8 hours straight. Like
Yeah.
we were in play. My parents had no clue where I was. We were riding on roads. We were riding downtown in some of the sketchiest places that we should never be riding. And my parents had no clue where I was. All they knew is that I came home that night. And I remember my buddy had, yeah, right. I remember that my buddy, like sometimes we go a little too far. I mean, he had a grandpa who he lived with. His name was Billy. And we would be maybe 4 or 5 miles from home. And we were like, we're just so freaking tired because we've been out all day long. And so he would go to the payphone, right? Because we didn't have phones at that time. Put his quarter in. Be like, hey, Grandpa, we got a flat tire. Can you come pick us up? And if the answer was yes, I can come pick you up, then we go over to our tire and flatten the tire and let the air out. If the answer was no, of course, we wouldn't have, deflated our own tires and we can make it all the way home. And so we would lie to his grandpa to get him to come pick us up. And then, my gosh, we would just had no business going and doing what we were doing.
Living in a small town like I did, my town is 1 square mile. Still to this day, it's 1 square mile, and not much has changed since the days of growing up there. And we also had a bike gang. It was 3 or 4 of us.
Yeah.
And somebody would see us somewhere that they thought we weren't supposed to be. Okay. Usually a couple miles far away from where our home and our little area that they thought. And what they would get home and they call, and this was during the time of I want to call them voicemails, but answering machines.
Answering machines. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You had the answering machine. And sure as shit, somebody go, hey, I saw Paul and John and Jamie. They were over here on 7th Street, and I know that's pretty far from home. I just wanted to let you know. Yep. And 2 things would happen.
Rats.
Yeah, exactly. Motherfucking grown-ups being bitches. 2 things would happen. We'd be out fucking around, farting around, and we'd start seeing like 2 or 3 parents riding around looking for us.
Oh, really?
And we're trying to duck and hide, and most of the time we got caught because you can't fucking ride. You got to ride your bike on the roads and shit.
On the road, right?
Or we got home. It's like, oh, where were you? Were you somewhere you weren't supposed to be? Mm-mm. And then they play the fucking answer machine.
Wasn't me. Must have been some other bike gang of 4 people.
Shit. No, this is a town that everybody knew everybody. But yeah, 100%. I mean, we be places like that. Not necessarily we weren't supposed to be, but just like they give you the area. Your parents would give you this area. Don't go outside this area. And it bitch might be half a mile, whatever. My town was 1 square mile. So if you went to, a half a mile was a lot of distance in that area. But yeah, for sure, 100%, man. You'd get back home and so-and-so said they saw you out here. We were out there one day it snowed. I don't remember when this was. I was probably 8 years old, 10 years old. It snowed. we were making snowballs on the side of the road, and we
Yep.
had them stacked up and throwing them at vehicles out there. Like 4 or 5 of us. And we didn't hit shit. Mostly tractor, the 18-wheelers. That's all
yeah.
we would hit.
Yeah, whatever. You don't even know.
We
Yeah.
hit somebody's fucking windshield with like 2 or 3 of them, and this is the main road through the middle of fucking town.
You took them off the road.
No, they didn't
They
go
hit the
off the
brake.
road. The road was fine. Like when I grew up in South Carolina, Bo, we say we had snow to make snowballs. It was probably a 1/4 inch. Our snowballs were mostly rocks and grass. Anyway, we hit this windshield of this truck with 2 or 3 of them. They slam on the brakes and shit and pull. We're at the high school doing this shit, and we all fucking scatter. At our high school,
that was the rule, by the way. If everyone knows, if someone comes after you, all go in 4 different directions. So only one of you get caught, and you don't rat.
Right,
yeah,
right.
That's the rule.
And it's either the youngest one or the fattest one. I mean, that's how it goes. And I was the youngest one.
All right.
We scatter, and at our high school, they used to build like little homes, modular homes.
Okay.
And they would have 2 or 3 going at a time. And we all scattered, and some people went to the homes. I went behind the fucking trees, and sure enough, I don't even remember who it was. I'm pretty sure I knew him. It's like, what are y'all doing out here? Aren't you Paul Roberts? I was like, yeah, but I didn't throw it. Jamie and Chip threw it.
Oh, you ran them out.
Like, where are they? They ran and left me. These guys are like 3-4 years older than me. You goddamn right. I'm tattletaling on them.
Oh, heck yeah. You always rat up 100%. You got to play that age card. I'm the youngest.
Shit. I just got here.
So we used to do this thing on our bikes. We used to, like, on my neighborhood. I had a big old neighborhood. So what we do is one person would get on the other. We did 2 things. We always thought it was funny. So we'd either have one guy on one side and another guy on the other side, and we would pretend like we're both pulling a rope across the road. And cars would just slow down because we're sitting here. But and so you see them squinting, like, is there a rope or what are they holding? We're just sitting here like this. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. And the other one,
y'all weren't throwing snowballs.
No, rocks and ice. No, we
shit, cars.
The other one, this one was fun. So what we would do is we'd see a car coming down the road, down our neighborhood, and so we start, get our bikes going. And then as it passes us, we'd veer over to the car and then hit it with our hand, right? Like it hit us, and then we'd like fall into the grass like the car hit us. Oh my gosh. I know, that was a good time. You just never knew.
Dangerous.
Either the car took off or they stopped, and if they stopped and got out, you hopped on your bike and you took off the other way and you just laughed. Oh my gosh. So yeah, probably dangerous thinking about it now, but then, that was good times. Good times.
I know now my son goes and plays in where we live, and it's 3 cul-de-sacs in a road that people shouldn't be going fast. I'm like, dude, you got to watch out for cars. Like, and here we are fucking riding our bikes down the middle of the town, fucking slingshots. Yep. Look, my group of friends, we had slingshots, and we would take acorns, and there were a few houses.
Oh god!
So back in the day, you had the old people who were just like, they were just old and bitter. And they hated kids. And so we would go shoot acorns at their windows and front door.
You could put a wake acorn through a window.
Not with MacB slingshots.
Okay.
These are small acorns. These weren't the big old acorns.
Just enough to irritate them. Get them to turn the light on.
I mean, get acorns fucking hitting your house and shit. Doing stupid ass fucking shit. And not only that, they were our neighbors. It was 2 or 3 houses over.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So I mean, they fucking knew. But yeah, we got all of our slingshots taken away numerous times, and then we'd hide them, and so we'd have extras, and then like it was just a fucking shit show, man. I mean, starting fires. I had woods behind the house, and we'd go out there and build a little campfire, and at least 2 or 3 times we didn't put it out good. It wasn't a raging wildfire, but it was fucking burning through the leaves and shit. and our daddies are over there with buckets of water and the water hose. Like, what? How did this happen? And we're like, lightning. Bitch, it hadn't rained in a week.
Lightning. Bluebird skies. Lightning.
Yeah.
That
It's
is lightning,
fucking
Daddy.
December and the woods are on fire.
We had woods too, and there's nothing better than playing in the woods. I'll tell you what, you like create
Especially
a
in
camp.
matches.
Oh my gosh. So dumb. I almost caught. No, I didn't almost catch. So me and my buddy were playing with like firecrackers. And
Oh
we
my
were in,
God. The firecracker. Yep. That's
oh
another
yeah.
one.
I mean, I got so many firecracker stories. It's unbelievable.
But our parents bought those for us too.
Who did?
You couldn't buy firecrackers. Your parents had to buy them.
Oh
At
yeah,
least
we had
where
a
I was
brick.
from.
We had a freaking brick my dad had. So we'd always like sneak a few packs out of the brick because he had like a couple bricks of firecrackers. So we'd have them. And he had like M80s as well. And so those things were really stupid. Yeah. Nonetheless, we were playing firecrackers. That's all I remember. But I also remember that in this, my buddy's garage was like all wood. It was an old garage. It didn't have any doors. Just kind of parked stuff in there. And it was kind of like dark and dingy. There's a gas can. Like, oh, what play with gas and lighters. So you're like goofing around. Like you create a line and you light it and you know, it'd be fun. But for whatever reason, somehow it caught the gas can on fire. Like the tip of it, we're like, oh crap, what do we do? We're in the garage, like right on the edge, like we're inside the door. Okay. And so my buddy kicks it. Well, he kicks it out of the garage. We're like, well, if we wanted to burn out in the yard, not in the garage. Well, when he kicks it, it throws gas up the, there's two doors and then there's a center. It throws gas up the center. And now the garage is on fire. And so it took us a minute to put that out, and we put it out. It was like black charred. I can't believe we got that out and we didn't catch this thing on fire. And so we're in there like, how do we make this not look like it caught on fire? Exactly. And so we're like trying to like shove dirt into it and it's trying to make it just not black. Oh my gosh. I don't know if we ever got in trouble for that one, if we actually pulled it off. And so much time elapsed that his dad forgot about it. I don't know. I don't remember that one too well.
Our big thing was with fireworks, we would get as many black cats as we could, which are the strips that you light and it sounds like machine gun.
Oh yeah, like this long, and they go this and they come back around. Yeah, 100%.
Right, but we would take them apart individually.
Yeah,
and then
they got like
we would shove our pockets full of them, and we would go play war with the black cats. So you would take an individual black cat, light it, and throw it at your buddy.
Because there were two type of wicks back then. You could have the green slow wick that took a minute, like took a couple seconds, and then you had the gray wick. Are you talking about the gray wick ones?
Yeah, I don't remember the green.
They don't last but like a quarter second when you light those things.
They were long enough that once because you have the main wick and the thing, and you got the paper that holds them together.
Right.
So if you took the paper off, you got one blackjack that had a little wick on it. And so you light it. Hey, this was back in the 80s, 90s. So all of our parents has fucking cigarette lighters all over the place.
Oh, everywhere. Yeah.
And so you just steal a couple cigarette lighters. But yeah, that was the deal is you stuff your pockets full and you'd light it. You couldn't hold it. It wasn't like a fucking hand grenade that went off after you dropped the pin. No, it was you light it and you start chunking it at somebody. It never worked. The bitch usually popped off in the air or something.
Right. You ever have one blow up in your hands? They blew up in my hands. We'd always bet each other, like, hold on to it. And
we were never that stupid.
You could. It would just make your hand numb.
Yeah. I mean, do that with the M80 and you lose.
No, yeah, right. You had two little nubs left over. But we used to do the fighting with the bottle rockets. Oh, so we used to hold those and then aim them at
Roman
people.
Candles.
No,
that's the Roman candle.
No, I didn't do Roman candles. I just did the little stupid bottle rockets with the red stick.
No, so when they would buy us Roman candles and they quit buying it after they caught us one day, we would do the Roman candles because it would have, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 shots, whatever it was. And so you're running around in the front yard, poof, poof, poof. Yeah. You got this ball of fire coming at your fucking face. Funnest time ever. One of those to the eye and you're fucking blind.
There's nothing more fun than hitting your buddy with a firecracker or having one like hit him in the face. Oh my gosh, that's what dreams were made of. You talk about that for years.
We also had BB gun fights.
Yes,
where we would take
100%.
our BB guns and shoot our fucking BB guns at each other.
Yeah,
in the yard.
The one pumper.
Yes,
the Red Rider.
The Red Rider.
Yeah.
Well, I had the Red Rider. Well, it wasn't even mine, it was my neighbor's, because my parents weren't stupid enough to get me a gun.
Okay.
At this point in time. So, but some of the other guys, they had the pellet guns, the ones that you
the pumps.
pump up.
Oh,
yes,
those
but they
things
weren't
can
allowed to shoot pellets. They could only shoot BBs. But
matter.
I'm shooting a Red Rider that looks like a 60-year-old pissing.
Yeah, you can see it.
It barely hits the toilet. And then they over there pumping their shit up.
Pump it up 20 times.
Yeah, and we would set up little it would be like a paintball fight. We would have obstacles that you could hide behind and shit. But you're sitting there and you raise up and you shoot the Red Rider that goes, and then you hear them behind their shit going
tink, tink, tink. Oh yeah, the airsoft. That's what they were, weren't they?
No, they weren't no air fucking soft. It was a fucking lead ass BB. These were not airsoft. These were airsoft is the plastic.
You like pinch your fingers half the time when you're pumping up the chamber. I remember my brother had one.
We called it a BB gun, but yeah, we'd have BB gun fights and shit. Stupid as hell. I mean, just dumb, but fun.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can get 20 shots off to their one, but their one, if they land it, it's breaking skin.
Yeah, exactly. You're getting a whelp off of that, and if the Red Rider hits them, they're like, "Oh, that didn't hit me," and you have no way to say no. Because they weren't bleeding and shit.
No, they were
like chickers that got hold of it.
We had the pellets that you could put in there, and they look like
but we did
almost like darts.
Yeah, we did not shoot the pellets at each other. We shot that at rabbits, squirrels, and birds.
I'm glad you had lines of because that's where the line was. We don't do pellets, but we do BBs at 200 feet per second.
A perfectly round BB, it doesn't shoot straight.
Yeah,
that's why golf balls have dimples, and that's why muskets back in the day with perfectly round musket balls were so inaccurate, because that bitch flies through there. It's a knuckleball. It's a knuckleball. Yeah. Luckily, me or none of my friends have missing eyeballs, and that's probably
that
why.
Is true. That is
probably
true.
Why.
Oh my gosh.
Probably why. So tell me about your favorite lure. No, I'm just fucking kidding.
It sounds like my podcast now. I go pretty tactical, pretty fast.
Well, we went tactical here. I mean, this all right. This all originated because I asked you one simple question. What's the journey that has brought you where you are today?
Yeah.
And we have spent the majority of this podcast talking about our childhood from the 80s and 90s.
Oh, yeah.
And not a bit of fishing, but your whole story was about fishing.
Yeah. That's
true. Think about that.
I know. I don't meet too many like 43-year-old dudes that are like, "Hey, let's go back down like memory lane." And so this was a freaking blast. I get to do it with my brother, who's a few years older than I, because we used to play Nintendo. Right?
Oh yeah.
And so I remember getting the NES system, and we had the freaking Mario Bros.
Duck Hunt. You had Mario and Duck Hunt.
We had Mario and Duck Hunt.
The first two games.
100%. Yep.
Yeah, and the gun. So, I had the gun too.
And the gun. Yep.
Double dribble.
Double dribble. You had skate or die.
The baseball game.
Oh yeah, what was that called?
There were two, but the one I'm thinking about, I just saw a TikTok on it. God,
it was called.
Had like
baseball.
3 team.
It was just called baseball.
Okay.
Yeah, 1983.
Okay. Double dribble.
I remember double dribble. So my memory that I always harass my brother for is that we get off the bus, and I remember him specifically pushing me in the ditch so he can go play and get home first. We lived at the end of the street, and we had this rule, and the rule was you each get one life. Now the problem is my brother is like 3 years older than I am, right? And so what would happen is he'd be Mario and he'd play for like an hour and a half before he died. And then I get the controller and I play for 2 seconds and hit a stupid mushroom and die.
As
And
Luigi.
he takes as Luigi, and then he played for another 3 hours and then he die. And then I played maybe for a minute and a half, and this is literally, I just never had time to get good. And the goal of Mario Brothers was always to make it to the level where you have that stupid turtle duck thing that would come down, at the end of every level. There was like, you had to climb up and you had to jump over to the flag. There was always some like step
the
up.
flagpole. Yep.
Yeah, the flagpole.
And
But you remember the one
and
and the fireworks would go off. Yeah. So in one of those levels, you remember this, where if you hit that duck right and kept jumping, tick, 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 this duck would keep slamming against the side, and you keep getting 1-ups, and you can get up to 100 lives. Do you remember that?
I don't, because I wasn't good at playing games. So
yeah. And so what would happen is
your
that
brother would do that.
Yeah, he would do that, and he'd play forever, and that's how you. And the problem was, it was the last enemy. So if you hit it and it shot off to the left, you would literally have to wait and die in timeout, so you can replay that screen again to get to the end of the screen to hit that duck just perfect, so you can get 100 lives. And if you didn't do it in a few times, well, you had to start over, and it took a while to actually get there. Anyway, so.
Well, back in the day too, if you were pissed off at somebody with a game, back in the day, you could turn the TV off and it reset everything.
Oh, that's true.
There were no saves. People don't realize this. There were no saves in these games. If you would have to get to a stopping point where you couldn't die and leave the TV on and the gaming system on.
Yep.
And that was the only way to save your game.
Yeah.
Zelda.
Don't touch it.
Yeah, those games, Zelda and shit like that. Because if you turn the TV off, the whole motherfucking thing's, because it was the AC cords or whatever, it was the video and
You're
audio.
Plug it into the back of your VCR. Yeah.
And so
red and yellow cable.
You fucking turn that shit off, nothing. It all ended.
Yeah, if your electricity blips in your house,
boom,
gone. Done.
Yep.
Game over. Oh, I haven't thought about this stuff for a long time.
I know it's good to relive some of the history sometimes.
It is. I really hope people are listening in and be like, oh, yeah. And you're walking down memory lane with us, because
I know
that was a good childhood.
And then you reach 16, you start having girlfriends, and they fuck your whole life up. And you fuck their whole life up. And then it's not fun anymore.
Oh, my goodness. What was your first job?
My first job?
Yeah.
Working on peach farm.
A peach farm?
Peach farm. I was 10 years old.
Oh, wow. You start early.
Well, my family had a peach farm. So my first job, I don't even remember, because it wasn't even a job. But anyway, at 10 years old, I could drive a 3-speed stick shift forklift.
Okay.
Now, I wasn't doing anything important, but I would get out there and turn fucking donuts and shit in the peach shell when nobody was there, and just do stupid shit. But yeah, I worked at a peach farm. I did all kinds of stuff. But yeah, the first job that I got paid for, matter of fact, well, I don't think you get them anymore, but we used to get Social Security paper mail that would show you all your stuff that you worked.
Oh yeah, and the past years.
I've got years from the early 90s of me having Social Security shit from working at the peach farm, because I was on the payroll.
That's funny.
But yeah, working on the peach farm was my first job. I had a ton of jobs. I made box tops and shit like that. But what was your first job?
Oh, roofing.
You were
roofing? My neighbor was a roofer, and so during the summer, I was like, hey, want to earn some extra? Oh my gosh, I couldn't drive yet. I was probably 13, 14.
Oh, so you were picking all the shit up off the ground.
Oh yeah, I was the grunt work. Just like, hey, take this shingles and run them up this ladder. It's like, oh gosh, like over the shoulders, climbing up the ladder, cleaning up all the shingles, tear off. I was doing tear off. So I'm up there, freaking blazing sun, just taking shovels, trying to freaking pry 8 layers of shingles off with 1,000 nails. And so I quickly realized I don't want to ever do that in my life. So I did that for a summer, and I was like, all right, I need to figure something. I need a desk job, because roofing, not it. Not
but
it
I
for
love
me.
picking peaches. They'd let me go out there and pick peaches, and I'd pick peaches. I love that kind of shit.
I like it. See, peach farm.
Peach farm,
All right, man.
peaches. Macbee's known for three things. Number 3, it's known for Aerosmith water heaters.
Okay.
Number 2, it's known for peaches. And
There it
number
is.
1, it used to be the most famous speed trap in all of America for probably 30 years.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why was it famous?
Well, because if you wanted to go to Myrtle Beach
Yep.
and you came down from Ohio, anywhere in that Midwestern Ohio area that brought you down through Charlotte, you would hit Highway 151. And then if you were coming from the north and you had to take Highway 1, it intersected with 151. And then you took Highway 151 to Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
So everybody from those areas, when you came through Macbee, the speed limit, it used to be a 2-lane road. Now it's 4. They made it 4 back, I don't know, mid 90s, 97, somewhere in there. But it would go from like 55 to 45 to 35. And it's a one stoplight town. The only reason there's a fucking stoplight there is because you got 2 major roads,
Mm-hmm.
state roads that came through there. But anyway, it was a huge speed trap for years and years and years. I mean, I remember in high school during the summertime, one cop would pull over 4 or 5 cars.
Yep.
He would pull up behind one, point at him, point over, point at him, point over. I mean, matter of fact, I used to go to Myrtle Beach growing up, and we stayed at this little travel trailer park, Myrtle Beach Travel Park, or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And I would meet. We're kids. We're 10 years old to 15, up to 16, 17. So all the kids would hang out at the arcade and the pond and the pool and shit. And, we'd meet and have little summer flings and shit. I can't tell you how many people I met that's like, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Charlotte. I'm from Ohio. I'm from so-and-so. Where are you from? I'm from Macbee. Oh, my daddy got pulled over coming to the beach here.
They got everybody.
Yeah. I met people, so I play sports, so I was always going to camps, and people would be like, oh, my, we got pulled over going to the beach and coming home.
You guys got to raise money somehow. I would imagine that was quite a bit of money. I almost want to look it up. How much money does the famous speed trap?
Oh, yeah, there's a big to-do in the early 2000s where people were getting pulled over and coming to, I guess, a local magistrate. And the magistrate is like, your ticket's going to be, I'm just making shit up, numbers up. But this happened. It was news. You pay $150 for this ticket, so-and-so, and come back and have to go to court or whatever. Or you can pay $75 now. And so people are like, well, fuck, I'm going to pay the $75 now. Just hand him $75 cash or a check. And
sounds a little sketch.
Yeah. It was sketchy as fuck. Now, all the money was accounted for all the investigation, but it was like, hey, yeah, it was not legit because you can't do that. That's not how the law works.
Right. But they were doing it.
Yeah, they were doing it. Hey, do you want to pay $150 or either come to court, or do you want to pay $75 now and be done with it?
Right.
And all these out of towners would be like, yeah, here, it's fucking $75. Where's the ATM? We used to have signs on Highway 151 that it ran east to west. Used to have big signs, and it had a finger. And people that are listening and not watching, imagine my hand in a fist with my index finger pointing at you. And it was a huge ass sign. This bitch was probably 4 foot by 8 foot, so a sheet of plywood, wide and tall, painted, that had a finger pointing at you at the town limit that said, watch your speed.
They warned you.
Yeah.
That's funny. Were you ever one of those guys that like flash the lights to let people know that there's a cop that you just passed? He's kind of hiding. You ever do that?
I used to, but not anymore. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I don't fucking care, man. No, no.
It's incredible what you
With
stop caring about post 40.
Look, Waze is a thing, and if
Yeah.
you're not running Waze when you're on the road, it's your own fucking fault.
That is true. That's
But
true.
you
But
don't speed
I don't run it
through-
locally though.
Well, don't speed through a little teeny ass town with a speed limit of 35. It wasn't even 25; it was 35.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's just slow down and enjoy the 30 seconds of the town, and then
Small
you're going to
town
be back
America.
up at 55, 60. Matter of fact, the first time I took my wife, we didn't even stop in my town. I took her through it, and we're coming down Highway 1. You go over the railroad tracks. Right after railroad tracks is a little sign that says, "Welcome to MacB." I was like, "Hey, this is MacB." We go through the town. The stoplight was green, so we go through that. We get on the other side of town. I was like, "Well, that was
What'd you
MacB." And
think?
my wife literally goes, "Are you for real?" So yeah. And then the next time we went there, I took her to my high school girlfriend's family to go meet all of them.
What? I don't even know what you're talking. What are you talking about?
My now wife, who was at
Yes.
the time my college girlfriend.
Got it.
I did the second time she ever went to MacB. I had to go see my people. So I went and saw some friends and this and that, and one of the people we saw were my high school girlfriend's family.
Awkward or no?
For her, fuck yeah, it was awkward.
Yeah.
For me, it was great. I got to catch up. My high school girlfriend was not there.
Right, just the
But
family.
her parents, her aunts. Well, none of the aunts were there, but her parents. We sat in their house on the chair and talked, and she met them, and then we went to her the other right across the road to her uncle's and grandma's place and met her grandma and her uncle and her cousins.
She's probably like,
and
"What in the world? Taking me
Look,
to
my wife. Obviously, I'm country. My wife grew up in Fayetteville, North Carolina, Chapel Hill, North Carolina. She'd never been camping, fishing, not a fucking thing outdoors she'd ever done. And then she met me. I'm not what her parents envisioned her marrying.
I love
They're
it.
doctors and attorneys, dermatologists.
Oh, really?
My wife's a doctor, physical therapist,
Right?
and
then there's you.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it was. Wildland firefighter, Lowe's manager, maintenance
buy.
man.
Yeah, I hear you. Oh man. Yeah, people ask me what I do now, and it's changed in the last 5 months. So I always say content creator, but they have no clue what that means. No clue whatsoever. And then after they came and gave me that weird look, I'm like, YouTuber. Like,
Yes.
yeah, that's what you do. It's like, I hate it. I hate it with the fire of 1,000 suns saying YouTuber, but it's the only thing people understand.
And then they go, "Oh, your wife must make a lot of money."
Yeah, right. My wife is a content creator just like myself.
What? What
Yeah.
kind of content does Miss Wendell make?
Head over to wendellwoodworks.com and you could see she does a lot of woodworking when it comes to signs, and we do like cutout books, like book safes. She makes custom signs for people. So she's been doing that for a long time. Yeah.
Does she know Drunkwood? Do y'all know Drunkwood?
She don't actually love the YouTube side of it. She only does it only kind of out of obligation. Like, I need to do this. I know that it creates a steady revenue, but she's like more of an artist. And so she likes not creating the same thing and making money off of it. She likes creating new things all the time. So it's an artistic release.
So she started out by making woodworking, wood stuff.
I think it started out with book safes.
What the fuck is a book safe?
So we would go, and we still do to this day. We're just doing this past week. We'll go out to like places that still sell books, like library sales and like thrift stores, and we'll take these books and we will cut out the insides, right? And so it's an actual book, but you can put it in your library of books and you can hide crap in it.
That does not sound like woodworking.
That's not, but that's how it all started. And then she kind of moved over to the scroll saw, which is like her bread and butter. You ever played around with the scroll saw before?
I mean, if it was like swinging my pecker around in the shower, that's the only scroll saw I've ever used.
So the scroll saw is the one that kind of runs up and down like this, like super, super fast. You can kind of run
bandsaw.
wood. It's
So,
not like it's kind of like a bandsaw. It's not running a band, and the blade is really, really
so
thin.
it's like a keyhole saw. It's like
Yeah,
a keyhole saw.
saw.
Okay.
So, yeah, so you can like move the wood around. And it'll cut
Yeah,
angles and stuff. So
yeah.
that's
Okay.
really what she's good at. And now she's getting into like the laser engraving. So
Right.
she has companies that reach out like, hey, we'll send you a laser if you do a review. You know, the YouTube thing. She's like, oh, great. So she's kind of evolved into learning how to like laser cut stuff, so she don't have to hand cut it anymore, make it a little bit more efficient. So that's what we both do.
If I need a book to hide my Glock 17 in,
Yep,
I can holler at you and
send me the trace. We'll actually
she's got
cut it
already
out for your specific firearm.
That's cool. I'm not for all of our listeners. You can do that. For me, I've got mine a little more. When you say book safe, I was literally thinking a place that people were putting like family photo albums or diaries and shit that they didn't want to get burned up or stolen. That's what when you say book safe, that's what I was thinking. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, movie sets. I would have how many movies? Well, maybe not as many now, but movie sets used to have books that people would, prison shows, prison movies.
Oh yeah,
people still love that stuff. Books all the time.
We make a flask books. It's kind of like our #1 seller.
Oh,
and so
of course
you put flasks in the books, and then we'll like sell them as groups. I've made things where you can put like I'd buy like the Reader's Digest, and where you could literally hide like an entire bottle of wine in one end. You open one end, and I've cut all the way through them. We've cut out like pictures of Marilyn Monroe and like the silhouettes. We've cut out traces for firearms. We have, I think I had one where the book was so big, I had a flask in the middle and 4 shot glasses that sat in it, and you'd shut it up. She does like magnets now that will keep it. I mean, it's just regular books. And so unassuming book in the midst of 100 books, and one of them has keys or something, or money, or a passport, or something. Yeah. Never cut out one of those before.
What? Nobody.
Anything you want.
Hold on. Nobody has asked you to cut out a book safe for their sexual toy.
Nope.
That's
not
insane.
In the shape of the sexual toy. No.
But you get that one's like, this kind of looks like a hot dog.
Yeah, that's weird. Why does someone want a sausage cut out in their book?
Hey, I need Miss Wendell. I need this one to look like a Polish sausage. 6
and
inches.
I want to put 2 golf balls at the bottom for my buddies. Yeah, there we
exactly.
Go.
Your wife seems like the kind of person that's very innocent that wouldn't catch on to it.
She is. She's super sweet. She wouldn't figure that out.
Hey, Wendell, let me ask you this then. Do you know how to run the equipment? If I ask you to make me a book safe,
I used to cut them.
Okay. How many book safes do you have for reels that you cut out to hide from your wife?
None.
So no, you don't have any book safes for fishing shit that you're trying to like hide.
No, I don't know. I actually don't even have a book safe. I'm the one that used to cut them out for years, and we would get like some orders from company. I think Microsoft once ordered. What was it? It's like 200 book safes that they wanted from. Maybe it was 3. It was like a $6,000 order. And I cut those mothers for like a month, and I was like, you know what, my hands hurt, I'm buying a hot tub. And so that's what we used to buy that money. But I still have it. That was like 8 years ago, and I still have the hot tub. Still works to this day. But man, I remember my hands used to hurt. I would cut for hours straight outside in the cold. It didn't make a mess. It's kind of a violent process, as well, trying to shove these giant books. And so it's wild. But my wife does it now, does an incredible job. So we have those. She does those because those are like consistent sellers. And then she has her custom woodworking stuff. But yeah, check her out at Wendell Woodworks. You'll see her on YouTube. All of it's Wendell Woodworks, wendellwoodworks.com, all that stuff.
Wendell Woodworks on YouTube. I'm assuming, not having seen it, that she's her creations. She's just filming. Then you're going to bring it up and show us.
I will. Is that all right?
All right. Yeah, sure. While you do that, I ask you if you knew Drunkwood, because Drunkwood he's our biggest fan. Every Friday morning, our podcast drops on Fridays at 2 a.m.
Okay.
Every Friday morning or Saturday morning, depends on how much you drank, we get a text from him. And he's our biggest fan because we know he listens to the podcast from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
But he also sends us the meanest shit. Like, he never finds anything good in our podcast. We've had friends of his on, and he's talked shit about them and us after he listens to the episode. But he does woodworking stuff. A lot of his stuff are barrel stave shelves for whiskey,
100%.
because he's out of Louisville. But yeah, we shout out Drunkwood. Like, he should be sponsored. He should be giving us money at this point, as much as we talk about him.
Right.
He's an asshole. He really is. He's the sweetest asshole you'll ever meet. There's no friend of Drunkwood that thinks they're a friend, because all he does is talk shit about you. But he's an awesome guy. But yeah, woodworking kind of a thing. All right, here we go. I'm adding you.
There it is. Now. There's my wife.
Hold on, give me a second. My shit's slow. Here we go. Oh, so she's teaching people as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, I'm trying to scroll. Okay.
No,
sweet.
I'll scroll for us. Yeah. So these are some of the ones she's done recently. So that's her in the scroll saw. How to make these gifts for people.
Nice.
Here's the laser ones that she's been talking about.
Does she do any lathe work?
No.
No lathes? Okay.
No. Mostly
so
this guy
no
right
bowls. Here. No bowls or anything like that.
No. We don't have a ton of room in our house. She has a workshop, but it's full of like saws and table
fishing
saws
gear,
and all that stuff.
kayaks.
Now, I actually, all that stuff's in my garage. And so I have kind of the yak shack out in my garage. It's immaculately like
she's
organized.
Got a room and you got a garage.
She actually has a bigger garage than I do for the woodworking shop. Mine just always has a freaking cars in there and stuff too, so I don't have a lot of room.
I got you. That's cool as shit. All right, Wendell, scroll back up for the people that are listening. Go to Wendell Woodworks and follow Miss Wendell during her Book Safe and Woodworking Chronicles.
You see this right here? This drives me crazy. 232 videos, right? And a lot of them are shorts.
Yep. Okay.
14,200 subscribers.
Yeah.
Like the amount of effort that she puts in to get in a subscriber is like 20x less than what I do.
Right.
And I tell her, man, if you were to grind like I've been grinding for the past 5 years, you would have 100,000 subscribers.
Why the fuck does she need to grind if you're grinding?
I still haven't found my new normal yet as a family. So we're still scraping together to try to find kind of a new normal when it comes to, I mean, there's a variety of different ways to make money on YouTube. So I got the AdSense thing down. I have the affiliate stuff dialed in. I got some brand deals dialed in. But outside of that, I'm trying to create some different ways to kind of stack revenue. And so I've actually was working on that earlier today with what I mentioned earlier in the show, which is KFAST, Kayak Fishing Advanced Safety Training. It's a thing I'm doing with Chad Hoover, and we're getting ready to launch that in about a month.
Is the first video going to be boat ramp safety?
It's in there. It's part of the course.
He was inches from hitting the back of his fucking head. Were you there that day? Were you there?
That's my video.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. He was inches from hitting his head on the fucking bumper and either dislocating his cranium from his backbone.
Homie hit
hard. At worst, hitting, getting a concussion from hitting his head. But, thank goodness he hasn't lost enough weight that he had some cushioning to keep his head from hitting the
Oh,
fucking boat ramp.
it was
And
wild.
he was
So
talking about it on the way down
he
too.
literally said, "Hey, it's slippery." Boom. So the
Boom.
interesting part of that video, I don't think I've ever told this story a whole lot. So Austin is up, back behind all that. So it happens at this boat ramp on Gunnersville. And so what happened was he has this like brand new trailer that he got from Snake River Manufacturing. I think they're out of Idaho, and they make sick kayak trailers. And part of
Damn,
one
out
of
of Idaho?
I think it's Idaho. Yeah.
It's a
I
long
know,
way
right?
for a kayak trailer.
It is a long way. And so they basically will like have someone drive it out to you. It's kind of their white glove. And these
They don't
kayaks
even ship it.
no, they start at 3,000 base model and go up north of $10,000
God
for a fishing
dang
kayak.
it.
Yeah. And so this particular one had, usually on a fishing kayak, you kind of just 2 bunks, you kind of roll it up and you strap
That's
it
right.
down.
Yeah.
These ones have built-in rollers, which essentially they kind of sit on the bunk, but they also, when you pull your kayak, it rolls on it, so they come off super easy. So when he
So
backs this thing up,
it's like
go
a
ahead.
roll. It's like a roller on not ski boats, but like intercoastal boats. That set of bunks, they have the rollers.
Probably. I'm not. All
Yeah,
it
you're
does is
from
make it a whole lot
Pennsylvania.
easier
You
for
don't
your
know
boat
shit
to
about
come off.
saltwater
Yeah,
boats. So
yeah. So either you
Anyway.
are like backing up and stopping, and your boat slides off, but these
Right.
help it slide off a whole lot easier. So
Sure.
probably we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
So he
Okay.
backs his truck up, and I'm just thinking once he gets this thing in the water, I'm gonna have to push it off, and I'll get it. Well, my kayak flies off and starts just floating 25 feet out in the water. I was like, well, before he backed up, I hit the record button because the second I put my camera on, I hit record and I let it go all day long. And so my
Good content
kayak is just
creator.
floating slowly out and it's starting to turn. And if he would have fell like 15 seconds later, my kayak would have turned and he would have been out of the shot. And so it was almost like it was meant to happen because I wasn't in my kayak. I was literally the other guy standing on the other side of the boat ramp. And I tell you what, I think I got 3 million views on that video.
Dude, he fucking busted his ass.
So freaking good.
And you probably 1.5 million of those views
with me
were from people just rewatching Chad bust his ass.
100%. I would imagine
Repeat.
so many people got so much satisfaction out of that. I had one guy write, one of my favorite comments was, "Why is this video 15 minutes long?" He just kept on watching it over and over and over and over again.
As he's walking down safety on the boat ramp or some bullshit.
Oh my gosh.
And then he fucking eats shit right off the bat.
It's his
that
own
could have
fault.
been bad. Inches.
Oh, so since then, I've had a lot of
Inches.
people write me, right? And this is actually in the Kayak Fishing Advanced Safety Training, the basic module that I shot today. And one of the stories that made it, because I got a lot of comments from that video. I was Viral Hog actually licensed it from me. Like I was having companies reach out trying to license it.
Yeah.
And so what was I gonna say? Oh, comments. One of the comments was, "Oh man, everyone was telling me how their story of how they got hurt on the boat ramp." I had a guy literally just write me this morning, and he wrote me, "Hey, I lost a big toe because I got it caught between the boat ramp and a rock when I slipped." So you lost a big toe? Cut your toe off? And the worst one I heard was this lady was like, "Oh, we just had a local doctor in town who was loading his boat in the water. He slipped and fell on the boat ramp, knocked himself unconscious, and drowned in like 3 inches of water."
There we go.
And so I was like, "Oh wow, this is." And then everyone and their mom was telling me a story of, "Oh, I cracked it earlier today. Oh, if you haven't," and then you have other guys like, "Oh, I never even touched the boat ramp." It's like, don't act like just because you launch a boat, you never stepped on a boat ramp in your entire life. You guys are y'all crazy.
Hey, we had a tournament earlier this year at McIntosh, and me and another guy were in our kayaks, and a guy's backed his trailer in, had his wife and grandchild with him, and he gets in the boat and he's going to load it up, and this isn't like this. It's an older boat, and he tells her to come backwards. She comes back a little bit. He's trying to force it on there. What the fuck happened? Oh, he got up to go latch it. I'm trying to remember the sequence of events because I wasn't paying a lot of attention. I was just waiting him to get out of the way so I could put my shit up. I could put
Oh,
my
you're
shit on
watching
my
this.
wheels. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, kind of. I'm over here fucking off on my phone, and I just gotta go put my shit on my wheels and roll it up.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened? He got on the front and went to go hook it up. And I think he told her to come backwards a little bit again. And or forwards. I can't remember. Anyway, she needed to either come backwards or forwards a little bit. I can't remember. Anyway, she fucks up and puts it in whatever wrong gear and hits the gas. And dude fucking eats shit. He's an older gentleman.
Oh,
probably
yeah.
in his 50s, early 60s.
He's not tucking
He
and
eats
rolling. He's just
shit.
eating it.
And his leg comes down and gets caught up. And so he's falling in the water with one of his, I think his right leg or left leg caught, in a cross beam.
Right.
And he hits the
She's
water.
moving forward.
And she's moving somewhere. But then she hits the brakes when he's screaming. And so we go over there. The boat comes off and is floating away with the child in it. It's not far, right? It's 10
Right.
foot, but the child's
Yeah.
like screaming, and he's over there, and I go help him get fucking off the trailer. I'm thinking I'm gonna go see a fucking femur bone or
Yeah.
something sticking out, but he was okay. He was sore as shit. We get him, but the boat's kind of floating away 15, 20 foot. Me and another guy have to go over there and try to work it back in. So it was a whole thing. But the boat ramp chronicles,
100%.
the boat captain shit. The shit on the boat ramp is fucking crazy. But that's the thing about the boat ramps too. The ones that aren't used a ton or that have a lot of algae buildup, those bitches they will get you. Or one that doesn't have the grooves in it. It's just fucking straight concrete.
Oh, yeah. Those are terrible.
Man,
Terrible.
you gotta be careful for those. They'll eat you.
My favorite are the ones that have the grooves at the angles. Those are money where the water goes out, but you can get a nice grip. Because I'm pulling, I put native sidekicks on mine. I just pull my kayak out and roll it up to my truck. And so if I don't have a grip, my sandals aren't. I mean, it could be pretty bad, pretty fast. But boat ramps, man, I can't tell you how many people overlook that part of kayak fishing safety. Most people are thinking, oh, I need to learn deep water reentry. No, first you need to figure out how to freaking not hurt yourself before you get into your kayaks. That's actually where a lot of people make mistakes.
Right. Or fall out trying to get in first thing in the morning.
100%. I had a guy, so this is early in the season. So up here in Northeast Ohio, whenever ice off, I'm freaking on. Like, I'm literally fishing out there where half the lake is ice and the other half is not. Like, that's how early I'm getting out. And it was probably, a week or so after ice off. And now that I'm a full-time angler, I don't fish on the weekends. Like, I don't go out there on Saturdays and fish. And so I get up in the mornings on Monday through Friday, and I get out there, and it's like dark outside. And this guy got there before I did. And he's an elderly gentleman. And so it's pitch black. I'm just kind of waiting for him to get in, and I'm kind of messing around with my kayak. And I hear this, and he falls into this probably upper 30, lower 40 degree water. And I'm not quite sure if I wasn't there, if he would have been able to kind of make it around, because that cold shock of that 40 degree water and how old he was, I'm not sure if he would. If I wasn't there, he'd be alive today, because I helped him like get back around to the stairs because the water's so cold, and helped him get out. And man, he went back up to his truck, and I just saw him sit there for like a half hour and warm up. But man, people get in all kinds of dicey situations at the boat ramp. And I would imagine whenever we kick off this KFAST stuff, that I would imagine so many people are going to be sending me stories of the thing that they haven't shared with anybody because they've been embarrassed to share it. But since we're kind of normalizing it, and now that we're going to ask them to share it and then direct people, hey, don't do what I did and go take this training so you don't do stupid stuff like I did. I can't wait to retell all those stories because I feel like they're going to come out of the woodwork.
Yeah. The most important thing when you're kayak fishing is wear your fucking PFD.
Right?
I mean, you don't have to worry about deep water re-entry if you have your PFD and you can grab your kayak and start pedaling towards shore. That bitch don't do you no good tied to the front of your kayak or in a hole or whatever it is. Wear your fucking PFD. I wear my PFD for two main reasons. One, something happens, hopefully I'm not going to drown. And two, when I go out, it has my keys, my wallet, and my phone. The phone's tethered.
Yep.
The keys and my wallet are in a zipper pocket. So if I completely dunk everything on my kayak and lose everything on that bitch, I can still
drive
get home. I can call for safety.
Yep. You go get something to eat.
And I don't have to go spend the next week getting new credit cards and driver's license and shit like that.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that we want to do with KFAS is really start applying pressure at the state level. Because I know here in Ohio, you don't have to wear a PFD when you're in a kayak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You just have to shove it down in your bow hatch, which does you absolutely no good. And I've
You
had
gotta have a
arguments with
whistle and a
people.
PFD on the boat.
Yeah, and if you have a motor, you have to have a flag.
Right.
No, fantastic.
Stupid ass flag.
Yeah, it's like you don't need a PFD when everyone's like, oh, I'm a great swimmer. I am too. I swam across Lake Michigan 50.6 miles in 30 and a half hours nonstop. I'm a fantastic swimmer, better than most people I've ever met in my life. You don't need a PFD when you can swim. You need it when you can't, right? And that's
half the people whatever the percentage of people you hear are drowned. Oh, they could swim until they
yeah, until they couldn't. And it's a random stuff, right? And it's unlikely, but I hear all the stories. I heard a story earlier today. I was talking with Wade Clements from Yakutak, and he was telling me how a tree fell on a guy kayak fishing. Tree, right? Has nothing to do with whether you can swim or not. It's just some rando accident. I've had guys where they're kind of moving themselves around using the branch that was deadwood branch that broke, fell on their kayak, flipped him and the kayak over into cold water, right? And that cold shock, if you're fishing early, 40 degrees, 30 upper 30s, that cold shock can paralyze a lot of people. And so it's just, I don't know. Our hope is that we normalized safety and we can start applying pressure at the state level to kind of normalize it as well and stop making these stupid rules that really don't help anybody.
Yeah, that's the problem though, is you get people that run through scenarios in their head of situations, dire situations.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, I do this and this. You take a car going off the road into a body of water and somebody drowns because their seatbelt was still buckled. And it was like, why didn't you just unbuckle your seatbelt? Well, not everybody can handle a situation like that. When the adrenaline starts, it's the freak out thing. All they're worried about is trying to get out of the car. And what do? Forget to unlatch the seatbelt. So when a situation arises like that, not many people have the majority of people don't have the training to be able to react in a calm, thoughtful manner.
Nope.
And especially with cold water, because you hit that cold water, it takes your breath away. You're coming up to the surface, and before you get there, you just too early, and now you got lungs and a body full of water, and your lights go out.
Yep.
So there's you can run these scenarios, and you can see all these people drown and say, "Oh, I'd have done this. They should have done this."
Nope.
Well, bitch, until you're in that situation, you don't know what you're going to do, and if you haven't been trained for it, more often than not, you're not going to be able to react the way that you think you will.
Yeah. And usually what people, they overestimate their abilities, one. But usually what happens
100%.
is it's called the Swiss cheese effect, right? It's never one thing that's typically going to take your life. Like falling out of the kayak's not going to take your life. Not overestimating your abilities typically not going to take your life. It's when 5 or 6 or 3 or 4 of these things come together. like a piece of Swiss cheese, and that one random thing that usually never happens that day, and it's 3 things that happen at once, right? So a lot of what safety is just mitigating those risks. You never line up all those pieces of cheese together in order to have that random situation that could take your life. Now, it's more, KFAST is more than just about losing your life. Like there's so many guys and
Losing your
girls
shit.
that lose their gear, 100%. And a lot of them be like, you know what? I can't replace the $3,000, and they just get out of the sport completely. They're just done. They sell their kayak, and their wife's like, "You're never doing that again." And we don't want that situation either. And also, I don't want batteries in the bottom of my freaking lake either.
And I've never thought about that. Yeah,
batteries,
lithium-ion batteries,
lithium ions
shit
over the next 15 years. So that as well. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get this thing rolling. In about a month, you'll start hearing more about it.
Well, cool. Well, look, we're going to get to the last part of this podcast, and before we get there, I want to give you a chance. And we've already done it, but I want you to make it in a nice little package.
Yeah.
Shout out the people that support you, sponsors of you, where they can find you, and on social media and all that stuff.
Social media across the board at Wendell Fishing. If you go to wendellfishing.com, it'll show you, it's kind of like my link tree. It goes everywhere. Go to kayakfishingobsessed.com. It'll take you to my, the podcast. If you go to Kayak Fishing Uncut, it'll take you to the YouTube channel. And if you go to kfast.co, it'll take you to that safety training. Don't go there yet, because it won't be a month until it shows up. Sponsors, you know what? When I like to thank sponsors, I like to share and give thanks to the individuals and the companies who support me the most. And right now, my biggest check come from those who listen and watch and bear through all the ads on AdSense. So it's really the people right now who make what I do possible, because that is the biggest check by far that helps me support my family. Yes, are there some companies that I have partnerships with? 100%. Cash in, they help send me rods. I got lure companies that
20 minutes from my house.
Oh, are they? Yeah, I need to get down there. So big cash in.
If you come down here, I will take you fishing, and we won't catch shit.
We'll have a good time doing it.
I will feed you good. No, we won't even have fun fishing, but I'll feed you good. I'll feed you bright leaf hot dogs and smoked sausage, some barbecue, and I'll send you home with a bunch of food. We'll have a good time. We may or may not catch fish, but you will eat good, and we will have a good time.
I love it. Some of the partners that really support me in a big way, I got Live Fishing, one of my partners. I got Fish Vault, one of my partners. And so I don't have a ton. I don't want a ton. This is the whole reason I started KFast, because I don't want to. I didn't quit my job at, it's called Child Help, which I didn't love, to then trade it for 15 bosses. Not what I want. That's not the content creator I want to be. Do I want 2 or 3 significant relationships? 100%. But I want to start, instead of like promoting this product and get a 3% affiliate, I want to promote a product where I get 97%. And so that's one of the reasons I started KFast. And so I want to come and be able to say whatever I want about products without feeling like,
you're obligated.
It's disparagement. I'm going to be breaking a disparagement clause that they put in their contract, right? And so I just want to be able to say, hey, you made a great product. That's awesome. And you made a terrible product. And I'm going to also say that sucks. And this is why. And this is how you can improve. But I don't want to feel obligated to do so. 100%.
Also, most importantly, Wendell Woodworks.
There you go. The real
the boss.
Talent in this. Yeah, the real talent in this family.
Good teacher too. Obviously, she taught you how to fucking do the job, and a good business owner, because she taught somebody else how to do the job and then put all the work on them, and she ran the company.
Hey, you know what? I'm just an idiot.
Tomorrow morning when you wake up and she's being loud, you go, Danielle Wendell, quit making all that noise. But you got to do it in my southern accent. Try it one time.
I'll do it. I'll text you
right now. Try it one time right now. Say Danielle Wendell. Do it. All right, come on. We got to hear it.
Danielle Wendell. I don't know if I can do a Southern accent very well.
No, that was good. Keep going. Danielle Wendell, pipe it down, girl.
Oh,
Say it.
That wouldn't go over too well.
Say it. Say it now. She ain't listening.
She's probably listening right now. She's probably outside my door.
Chat GPT. She's got Chat GPT set up on your phone that everything you say is recording, so she can go listen to it.
She did just text me.
Oh shit! Where the fuck are you, and what are you doing?
No, this is bizarre. So she texted me a screenshot, and it said that she received $600 from, and it's a bunch of Chinese letters.
Don't click on the link.
Clickbait.
Don't click on that link.
Someone's stealing my YouTube channel right now.
Fuck. I've only got 3 years left of money.
Gosh.
Don't.
I know, right? And I just had to buy a new truck. Not a new truck, a really old truck. But
fuck,
new
we didn't even talk about your truck literally
you saw that
falling
photo?
apart in the middle of the. Hey guys, I think I got a problem. Your truck fucking fell apart in the middle of fishing.
Oh yeah, it was right after. It was literally at a boat ramp.
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, bitch fell apart.
Look at that. Look at that. So if you haven't seen the photo, it's completely roached. I mean, my control arm rusted from the frame, and my frame is really close to completely breaking in half. If you put it on a lift, it might break, right?
Did you try to drive it home at least to get back?
Oh, I drove it home. Yeah.
How was it? Was it shaky?
No, it wasn't shaky at all.
Oh, good, sweet.
That bitch was. I don't know what's holding it together. A bunch of.
I don't either. It was. I thought it was completely disconnected. It looked like a femur. It looked like a femur of somebody skiing at 80 miles an hour and hit the water wrong. That shit was broke.
It was pretty bad. So if you haven't seen it, go check that out. But so not part of the budget, right? I was hoping that my Chevy Avalanche would last me a couple more years till I get kind of my footing a little bit. So
you're the first person ever that had a Chevy Avalanche metal break before the plastic.
Everyone loves the engine in those things, but the Northeast Ohio freaking. I love the swing gate. I would literally put my 12-foot kayak and just put the swing gate down and just shove it all the way up to like the seats, and I didn't even have to have one of those stupid hitch extenders.
Yeah,
so,
look, I got an F-150. I ain't never had a hitch extender.
Yeah,
I got an old bath mat that I put in there so it doesn't sit on the tailgate, and I'll go with it. And I've hauled that bitch all over the fucking Southeast with no hitch extender.
No, I love it. I don't like hitch extenders. So earlier this week, I've been like, okay, I need a vehicle. I can't, like, the fishing can't stop. I'm at the end of my season. Like, I got, like, we got September, October, and then early November, and then it's kind of done for me.
A little bit farther down south.
I know. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. But so I go up to Cleveland. I'm looking online, and I find this place that sells cars, and it's you can tell it's kind of janky. And so it's one of those places where you're like, okay, it's obvious that all they do is buy cars at auto auction.
Credit
nothing.
Credit score
to
doesn't
them.
Matter here.
No, they got like the ratings like a 3.8 out of 5.
We approve everybody here.
Yeah. And so I'm looking at this like, I know what they're doing. They're buying on auto auctions, and then they're literally nothing. They pull them into their lot, take a few photos, post them, and then try to make a percent. Like they're not wiping anything down. They're not trying to like hide anything. Like screens are broken, stuff's like nothing. They're just straight flip. I was like, okay, I can appreciate the hustle here.
The Cleveland Browns of used automobiles.
Exactly. And so I like, hey bro, I have my brother who's a mechanical engineer. He's really good with cars, fixes them all the time. Hey, can you come up? I got four trucks I want to look at. And one's a stick shift. That's the one I'm most interested in. But when we're up there, let's look at the Ram 1500 and 2500. So we get up there, and I walk in. It's only by appointment only. And I walk in, and it's exactly what I thought it would be. Like, there's these guys. The guy I'm supposed to meet there is late. He gets there, and he looks like he just got done. He looks like me, right? Like, no, I need you to look like you want to sell a car, not look like you just woke up in your basketball shorts and And so I asked them, hey, these are the 4 cars I texted you I wanted to see. And the person who I was texting is not even there. They're like, oh, well, these 2 cars are here. The other 2 are 15 minutes away. I was like, okay, awesome. All right. So they run and get these 2 cars. One is like roached. The whole thing is rusted underneath. It's bad. So I don't even drive it. I look at the other one and I kind of, my brother and I have little side conversations. Like, what do you think? And he's down there with like flashlight and he's checking the oil. He's doing all the things. Like, I wouldn't do either of them. And so we're getting ready to go because I want to go check out the Toyota Tacoma that's sitting at the stick shift, the 2000 Toyota Tacoma.
Holy shit.
And so we get into, he's like, oh, you got to drive it at least. So, so we drove it down the road, drive it back. It's fine. It's just too much power. I don't need a 1500 Dodge Ram to pull around my kayak trailer. It's just going to suck gas. It's like a V8. And so I was like, all right, it drives. It's fine, but it's too rusted. I'm going to go over to this Toyota Tacoma that I saw. So if you don't know about Toyota Tacomas, the first gen, which would be like 1995 to like 2003, or like the ones that are sought after, right? They had overbuilt drivetrains, lines. Literally, you will rust out the frame way before the motor gives out, and these things go like 300,000, 400,000 miles.
No room for shit, but you and one other person. But
that's it.
Fucking tanks.
So this thing had an extra cab, so it has a little like jump seats in the back,
extended.
Cab. Yeah, so I can like shove a.
Is it? Yeah, it had the seat that folded down from one.
Yeah, it's a little jump seat.
Yeah, jump seat.
Yep. So we get over there. My brother's like grabs out his flashlight and starts looking into this thing, and this thing looks mint. Like, you've got to be kidding me! Like, it's clean. The dash isn't cracked. The paint job actually looks good. You look under you look under the hood, and it looks like all the plastic is new.
That's from North Carolina. No heat
I
damage,
know, right? I did the Carfax.
Damage.
I did the Carfax on it. It's actually from Jersey, and then I was down in Virginia for a year, right? And he gets under there, and it looks like it had frame work done. You know how you can do like braces on the frames, and you can see the welding, and it looked like it was maybe 1 or 2 years old by the frame and how it should look. And so we get the keys, we drive this thing, we're kind of giving it the beans, and taking sharp, doing just make sure the suspension's good. And my brother's like, man, I'd buy this car. So I was like, all right, let's do it. So I got myself a 2000 Toyota Tacoma that I'm going to be rolling in hopefully for the next 4 or 5 years. Guess how many miles this thing has? Year 2000.
2000. So all right. Not if you would have just asked me without the story, I would say probably 150, 180,000.
Yeah.
But you asking me this after the story, I'm going to go 70.
66,000.
That's fucking insane.
For a 25-year-old truck.
Some old motherfucker bought this car, kept it garage, kept.
Yep. That's
garage
exactly what he did. Yep. Went to church every Sunday. That's it. Done.
Yep. And probably went to the dealership every 3,000 miles.
Yeah.
For an
I got
oil
the service.
change. And then probably followed the manual for every service that need to be done.
Yeah.
Dude,
it was crazy. And
what'd you pay for it? 5,000.
No, it was a little more.
You don't have to tell me, but you don't.
No, I'll tell you. It was 86.
That's that's crazy.
Yeah, got a truck with 66,000 miles on it, and it's first gen Toyota Tacoma, and it's not rusted out.
And a stick shift.
And a stick shift. I went to go fill it up with gas, and I got to $40, and it stopped on me. I'm like, what?
Got
I was over trying to like shove more gas into it because my Avalanche sucks like $85, $90 of gas. I was like, did I just fill this up? No way.
Well, it's probably got a 16-gallon tank.
Got a 16-gallon. Well, the extra cab I think has like a 17 or 18-gallon tank or something. Yeah, it's right there. It's gonna last me. I'm drive around the world in that thing. But man, I'm kind of excited about
trailer.
it.
You're not.
No, I got a little Malone Eco Light that I pull, so it's maybe like 160, and I pull the trailer. Now on it, it's a new bumper, and they have the bumper. You can put a ball in the bumper and like haul like I don't know more so than what my kayak and my trailer is
Right.
going to weigh, 100%. So I'm going to
That's
do
an option.
that. Oh, sweet. It's cherry red. Thing looks money.
Nice.
So kind of pumped about
Congratulations.
that. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things that's so new. It's like, all right, I bought it kind of janky. What's wrong with it? And so my brother is going to fix some of the suspension issues, and he's already got some more, some stuff coming in. But hopefully this thing lasts me for a while, because that was a $8,600 expenditure that I did not plan for. So,
Well,
oh well.
it sounds like your brother went from being an asshole with the Nintendo
Oh yeah, full
and
circle.
giving you 30 minutes to play when he played hours
30.
to
That's generous.
yeah, well, I don't know your brother. I mean, he might be like Alex. He might be a short fuck who sucks at doing his job and showing up for a podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know that, but I will say that it sounds like that he's repaying you with his expertise
Yes.
and mechanical abilities
He's a good
for
brother.
shafting you out of your time on the Nintendo.
100%. I reminded him of it often.
You should.
Yeah.
Fuck him. What an asshole he was as a kid.
It's just that one moment in time. He's never like hit me as an older brother, 3 years older.
How many times you hit him?
Never got in a fight. Never.
Never.
I always did a really great job of making him laugh, so I can always. And he's a super patient dude, and so we've just had a really close
That's
relationship ever since.
first kid shit. First kid shit.
Yeah, probably.
Patience.
Yep. Patience.
Patience. That and your parents, like, if y'all fucking fight, if I hear y'all fighting, we're taking all of your shit away. That Nintendo, I'm burning
We had a
that
paddle
in
growing
the
up.
trash pile.
Yeah, we had a paddle and it had holes in it. Aerodynamic.
Look, I just ask you to give a shout out to the people who support you and your sponsors.
Yep.
And we went on another 12-minute tangent about
What are
you
we even
buying a
talking
truck.
about?
This
Oh,
is
yeah,
the
about a truck.
essence of Bass and Brews. We have not got to the shotgun round. If Alex was here right now,
Loses
we
mind.
would have missed 90% of this golden story of yours.
The juice.
He would have, if Alex was here and we start talking about VCRs and shit like that, we would have got 5 minutes in and Alex would have had us over here talking about fucking kayak fishing and life jackets. And we would have never had the golden reflection of our childhood.
That's true. Thank you.
But see, that's the difference in somebody who you at least have a high school diploma.
Yeah.
Did you go to college?
I did.
Alex got his GED like 3 years after getting out of high school. I mean, he got his GED, and I'm proud of him for that. But yeah, he didn't even really graduate. He didn't get to walk across the line and get his name shouted, and I hate that for him. But even if he did, he probably would have had. He would have had to stand
about it.
Yeah, he would have had to stand up on a stool to shake the principal's hand. So it's probably a good thing he didn't.
I love the interaction that you have with him. It reminds me of like The Rock and who's that guy he always goes back
Kevin
for?
Hart.
He's super tiny. Kevin Hart, like always making the short jokes. I love it so much.
Yeah, he calls me fat. He calls me fat all the time. And yes, I did lose about 30 pounds. I gained 15 more. I'm in the process of losing some more weight. But that's what I always tell him is like, I cannot be fat, but your little shit ass is going to be short the rest of your life. You're not going to only do anything but get shorter.
There you go. There you go. How many episodes you guys in?
This is, I just did it and I forgot. I like 293 or something.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's a lot.
That doesn't count. We did for a couple of years, we did a Queen City. I don't know if you know Vinny.
I saw that in your on your YouTube.
Yeah. So
history.
we did for I think two seasons we did Queen City Chronicles where we had guys on from their tournaments and did that. We've had some other, we did the end of the year kegger. I'm not sure if we notate that one in that, but we had the end of the year kegger, which is our live show at the end of the year. We have, I don't know, 10, 12 people on. It's a fucking shit show. Everybody's drinking. It's fucking wild. We have that. So we've had some things that aren't in the numbers that we've done. But yeah, again, as I said at the beginning of this, Alex and I, we love each other and we enjoy doing this. And you said it earlier too when I asked you about starting a podcast. We've got to meet people in this industry that Alex and I would have never in a million years got to talk to. And we're talking about fishing too, right? We're not talking about NBA or NFL or anything like that. We're
Yep.
talking about people in the fishing world that are superstars in this, or not only superstars, but just famous people in this industry that are accessible because it's a small, as Rudd says, niche within a niche. And so, Matt Pingrack has been on, and BTL is the creme de la creme of bass fishing podcasts. They were a podcast before a podcast was even a thing. And we've had him, we've had Rudd, we've had all these guys on and had these great conversations because again, we're not talking about fishing tips and tricks. So when they come on here, we're talking about Mary fucking killing, Loch Ness monster and shit like that. And then you haven't even got to the shotgun round, which I'm very upset that Chat GPT didn't alert you to one question that you'll get. But we again, it goes back to what you said is that we've been able to make connections and we've been able to have these friendships with people that in the fishing world we would never have gotten. I mean,
Nope.
Bailey with Serious Angler, he's a good
Oh,
friend
yeah.
of mine. I
Just had
text
Bailey
Bailey
on.
all the time. Dave Urkel, but I call
I
him
like
Dave
Urkel better. I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep that rolling.
Me Master, Wolf of Walmart.
Yep.
Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how big they are. We've got all these people, these connections that we've made that we've been able to stay in contact with, and if they have a good tournament or they catch their PB on a and show it on a video, we have that. We can text them. It's not just comment and liking on their shit's great, and we like that, but it's that personal connection to where we get to say, "Hey, man, great job," or "Good finish," or "Hell yeah," or send beams back and forth and stupid shit. And I will say this about bass fishing: bass anglers are a bunch of whiny bitches, but they also are the easiest people in the world to get to talk to when it comes to like a superstar side of it. They're accessible.
Sure.
So, all right, we're ready for the shotgun round.
All right.
And
I'm unprepared.
Okay.
ChatGPT.
Well,
I'm unprepared.
They gave you some hints, and with your Chat GPT, you're going to be able to have some of these hints, but some of these are going to surprise you. But shotgun round, here we go.
Let's go.
It's time.
Boys and girls, let's see how far down the rabbit hole we can go today. Woo! It only takes what?
Wow. I didn't hear the first. I heard about 2 seconds of that. I have no idea what's going on. Well, it went through on your side, which means it's going to go through on the other. But most of the people listening have heard it. Anyway, doesn't matter. At this point in time, we're at the shotgun round. This is going to take you to the highest of highs to be a serious angler, or the lowest of lows.
All right.
To the dark waters. And most people don't get that little reference, but it references 2 podcasts.
Oh.
The Serious Angler, which
yeah,
and then the Dark Waters. You ever listen to the Dark Waters?
I haven't. Just like YouTube, I don't listen to podcasts either.
Okay, well, that podcast ended. Matter of fact, he did 1 episode after he came on this podcast and then quit. So, hopefully that doesn't happen to Wendell Fishing.
I did some research before starting a podcast. Do you know the average length of a podcast that people started up?
10 episodes.
Yeah, I've heard 7. You've heard 10. Isn't that crazy?
10. Yeah. 10 episodes.
It's wild.
And
10 and done.
Yep. and 95% of podcasts don't make it past like 15 or 20 episodes.
Yeah.
I had these numbers a couple years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Podcasting is a lot harder than people think.
It
Because you
is
think you just
more
start
difficult.
recording and put shit out. Now, again, I've said this on this one numerous times. We're lazy. We don't do fucking shit. But whole different podcast. We're gonna hit 3 hours. Alex would be a fucking shit show by now. But fuck him, he's not here.
We
But
can
yeah,
go down a rabbit hole right here with podcasts as
Well,
well.
well,
I think we're not going to because we're in the shotgun
We
round.
can make it quick. I will tell you this. Podcasting, having done this, obviously I've had a lot of fishing people that have wanted to do podcasts.
Mhm.
And what I'll always ask them, are you going to have a guest? Is it going to be yourself? Are you going to have
Mhm.
a co-host? Because all those things matter first. Not what you're going to talk about, not what you're going to do. All that shit matters. But you got to realize we don't do it the cheapest. We're probably in the mid range of what it costs to do a podcast, and it's $1,000 a year.
Mm.
You got to have. We use StreamYard, which is fucking going up in price the last 2 years like nobody's business.
Did you get grandfathered in?
We did for a while, but then the last renewal it went up.
Okay.
Because anyway, but StreamYard's a great platform. I love it. But then you have to have a hosting site that you got to pay, which puts all your shit out. And so it costs money just to record and put it out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the biggest thing that people are going to run into is you realize you got to pay $500 to $1,000 a year just to record and put that shit out.
Yeah, and you haven't even got into your time, so now it's a
it's
a liability, and you're not going to make that back for a couple years.
People talk about YouTube being taking a long time to build a following and to make money and build a following.
Podcasts are worse.
YouTube is nothing compared to podcasting.
No.
Now, when
it's
you
the
get
slowest grow.
It is the slowest. And I'm not going to say it's the most work because if you're going to take 8 hours of fishing and have to condense it down into 15, 20 minutes, there's a lot that goes into that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's still a lot of work with podcasting. And if you're going to be guest oriented, now you've got to schedule guests. Are you going to do it weekly?
That's where a lot of the work
monthly?
Is.
Scheduling guests is hard, especially if you pigeonhole yourself into, let's just say, kayak fishing. If you're going to say, I'm just doing kayak fishing, bitch, you're going to run out of kayak anglers.
Yep.
And then if you go into kayak tournament angling, well, shit, if you're not KBN, you're not getting the tournament anglers that won that tournament first. You're going to be second, third, fourth. If you're a new podcast, fucking, you might get these guys weeks, months after they fish a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot that goes into the podcasting side, but I love it. Alex loves it, and I'll speak for him because we've talked about it. Him and I, this is our release. We got to have good guests on, and it's a good time. So yeah,
I like it.
You ready for?
If we don't go 3 hours, I'm going to be disappointed. So we got to talk about something.
Oh, bitch, we haven't even started the shotgun round. We're going to hit 3 hours.
You did the thing. You did the shotgun thing like 7 minutes ago. We're in it, right?
Well, you keep fucking me up and taking me off into left field, and I got like
two podcasters coming.
I got 2 crushes to do tomorrow. No, this is what happens when Alex isn't here and I'm in charge. We would have been done at an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes at the most if he was here.
Really? He lands the plane?
He does everything with the plane except have a good time. Like, I'm in the back of the plane. Popping bottles and having a good time. And he's like, we're running out of fuel. We got to land this bitch 30 minutes
He's
ago.
a fun sucker.
He is. He sucks some other shit too, but you can't take notes during this because this is called the fucking shotgun round, Darren. So when I ask you a question, you can't write it down. This
No,
is
it's
either
not, what I write down is whenever I want to like throw a question back to you, but I don't want to like interrupt you. So I write down notes, and so I don't forget it. And sometimes they stack up like 3 or 4 deep. And so that's why I got the pen in my hand. I also got lures over here to my right. Like I was prepped. It's like, let's talk fishing. I got lures. I got river lures. Check this out. Look at this. I got all my rods and reels. We can talk about any of that.
what did Chat GPT tell you we were going to talk about tonight?
Hold up.
None of that shit.
Let's go back. No. Let's go back to what ChatGPT
Go back.
actually said.
Yeah, go back.
So
because yeah, I keep
it
saying
said,
Chat, but
it said, 1 second. Okay. Common segments. Fishing questions, but it spells it PISHIN.
so
Why did they
we're
do, why did they do
we're
that?
trying to hack your email. We're
I don't know.
hackers.
It says Pishin questions. I'm not sure why. It does say I'd be surprised if half the show has nothing to do with fishing. We're way past half the show.
Bitch, we didn't talk about fishing after about minute 20.
What did we talk about? Only thing we talked about fishing is like maybe 10 minutes on safety and the rollers when Chad busted his butt in the boat ramps was the closest we
talked
got.
about your whole journey to where you are now was about fishing.
No,
and then
it was about Nintendo gaming systems.
No. Your story was about fishing, and then we started 45 minutes of fucking Nintendo and videos and VCRs, and we spent 30 minutes talking about VCR rentals.
That's true.
Which half the people listening to this podcast have no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
No clue. They're like Googling, what is this? What is Blockbuster? There's actually, check this out. There's actually a documentary on that last Blockbuster. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
You should go watch it.
I haven't watched it, but I've seen it. That's why I was referencing. I thought it was Alaska, but it's in Bend, Oregon.
I think there was like a few left, and I think the second to last, the last one was actually in Alaska. So I think that's probably what you're pulling that from. Alaska.
Hey, you know how I learned what the capital of Alaska was?
How's that?
Do you know the capital of Alaska?
Juneau.
Alaska.
Da-da-da-da.
Hold on, let me play my soundboard music for that one.
Ready. One of my favorite dad jokes. You probably heard this one. It's super popular, but I tell my girls all the time. What do you call a deer with no eyes? You ever hear that one?
A beer with no eyes?
A deer with no eyes.
Oh, I thought you said a beer with no eyes.
No.
I'm like a good time.
Yeah, right. Do you know what they call a deer with no eyes?
Nope.
No idea.
Da-da-da-da.
Call a deer with no eyes and no legs.
What?
Still no idea. Got a little chuckle on that one. What are you using right now?
That's my soundboard.
I need one of those boards. All I have is a hype button right here. I haven't used it yet.
Yeah, that's fucking Bush League right there, dude.
Come on.
Go on Amazon.
Yeah.
And look up Monocaster.
They're expensive, aren't they?
No, bitch, that's Rode. This Monocaster is a Rode knockoff for $100, and that's what all my shit is set up on.
Really?
Look, listen. Oh my, I got scoop, skilly, whoop, whoop. Oh, this is my favorite. After this, we're done. The heavy. People do not put respect on the heavy like they should, and the heavy has had so many songs in movies and TV shows. Oh, great band. 2013s.
I just wrote down Monocaster.
Monocaster. It's cheap. It's cheap. You can get one with an extra microphone if you do any in-store stuff. The microphone's not great. But anyway, the soundboard is wonderful for the little buttons. But when you get it, I'm going to tell you, you're going to fuck up your podcast for probably a month or two because you're going to be wanting to play all the buttons like I did and shit before, but good times. But hey, shotgun around, motherfucker. You ready?
Well, I know that in 40 seconds we're gonna hit the 3-hour mark, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, let's go. Send it.
Well, this is the thing. The shotgun round has questions. These questions are yes or no, or we give you an option. Do not elaborate. We're going to ask you the question. I
What?
said we. Alex isn't here. I'm going to ask you a question. It's going to be yes or no, or we're going to give you options to answer. There's no thinking, umming, well, this or that. You just have to answer it, and then we'll elaborate. Oh, I say
Later.
we. Fuck. I'll elaborate if we want to elaborate more. Are you ready for the shotgun round? I feel
Let's
like I
go.
need to replay the fucking music again because it was
I'm
30 minutes ago.
Go do it.
Hey boys, you ready to run? Anyway, all right.
All I
shotgun
remember is
round.
hearing gunshots when you ran that.
Well, yep. You didn't.
Come on,
duck,
Ricky.
So
Hey,
Crocs
3
or
hours.
flops?
Come on. That's the hype button. I can hit it now.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
bass or ass?
I can't believe
When's
Bass or ass?
What's
it.
bass?
Listen, bass or ass?
I love bass.
I gotta breathe for a minute.
What were you gonna say?
Bass. I said bass.
Oh, what were you gonna say? You said you were gonna say something before that.
I was. Now I completely forget.
Okay.
I literally forget.
When you remember it, interrupt me
Oh,
because
the longest podcast. What was the longest podcast you've ever ran?
I have no idea. It's 3.5 hours, I think.
All right.
I'm not sure we'll make that tonight, but you will be in the top 3 at this point.
Come on.
Yep. Alex,
Is it hard to get people to go to 3 hours? Or are you the one usually shutting it down?
Do I shut it down? Fuck no, I don't shut it down. Usually it's Alex shutting it down. Alex is the reason we've had great podcasts not be epic. I'm the reason why the podcasts are long. Again, we prefaced this at the beginning of the podcast that Alex wasn't here. The last time Alex wasn't here, I had Chris Cruz and his son on.
Yeah.
And we were over 3 hours. And it was wonderful and great. But this is how podcasts go with me. When Alex isn't here to like keep shit on track.
Yeah.
Or when he's not here, sometimes I invite Drunkwood on, which you know Drunkwood. I'm sure you've seen his shit.
Probably.
But when I have Drunkwood on, is usually when I don't have a guest. And I messaged Drunkwood. I was like, hey, dude, you want to be a guest co-host? He goes, yeah. I was like, podcast is yours. So I will sit here and Drunkwood and I will start the podcast. I have no idea who's coming. And there will be 3, 4, 5 people just in and out of the podcast that he's inviting. I have no idea what's going on. I just run it. Good times. Shotgun round. We're going to start this bitch right now. Shotgun round. Crocs or flops?
Flops.
You said it earlier, so you kind of fucked that question up. But a kayak angler that chooses flops over Crocs is kind of fucked up because when you put your feet in the water with flops, your feet gonna slip. With Crocs, you put them in 4-wheel drive mode. My dog ate my 4-wheel drive off of mine. They never slipped.
Crocs kill. That's what Chad was wearing when he fell on his ass.
Yeah, but that's because his center of gravity was off, and he's not athletic.
Chad's fault.
Yeah,
This thing stuck. This thing slipped on algae.
That was he saved himself, but that was very unathletic.
Right there, Chacos.
Oh, you want to show feet, bitch? I love showing feet on this podcast.
Oh, I'm telling
Look at
you
them
what.
Horns.
Oh, oh, yeah. I was showing off my footwear. I wasn't showing the feet pics. Oh, funny story. Can I share? I know we're in the lightning round, but I feel like we're talking again. Can I share a story about feet?
You can share. Look, if we're talking about feet or vaginas, you can share.
We're talking about feet. All right. So I'm fishing with a buddy of mine. He's retired, and he told me he's a content creator as well. Jake, the fishing guy. And he was telling me that he had someone, we were getting in a conversation about feet because I did a short last year where like some guy in a kayak like ran right in front of me and I was like, hey, what would you do? And it got like millions of views because everyone in the comment section just be like, oh, you don't own the water, blah, 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 blah. It's courtesy. And they went back and forth. Anyways, I'm wearing my Chaco sandals. And there's this thread that goes from maybe 200 comments talking about my feet. And I was telling him this story, and it's like, oh, bro, I need to tell you this. So I had this guy reach out to me. It was like from Africa, and he saw my feet photos, and he asked me if he could purchase more photos of my feet. And I was like, that's amazing. How much was he offering? He's like, I don't know. I didn't reach out and ask him. I was like, what? You have to know how much someone is going to offer you for your feet photos just so you can like complete the story. Is there any way that you can go back, find his correspondence, and ask him how much you would pay for your feet photos? And so that's kind of where the story's at right now. My hope is that he can find that conversation and then get a price point. I need to know.
I don't have a lot of shame. I don't have a lot of secrets. If somebody reached out to me and wanted feet pics,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even ask anything. I would just make sure we have funding set up. I got the funds before the pics,
Yeah.
and I would do it.
No price. Like
Yeah,
$1.
I
You'd
mean,
be like, yeah, man.
it's not like I gotta have my feet and my face in there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess you're right.
If
I'd
I
love-
put my face in my feet pics for somebody that wanted feet pics,
Yeah.
it would ruin the feet pics. So I know that they're not going to want to see the rest of my body.
No. I hear ya.
And I'm a little chubby in the midsection area, but I've got really petite, skinny feet. Now my toenails ain't in great shape, but maybe
Hey,
that's what
some
they
people
want.
might be into that. Who knows? You never know what they want.
Exactly. I mean, you don't know what they want till you give it to them. So
Yeah,
I told
and
my
now-
wife when we first met.
And now that I'm thinking about it, if you could actually make a transaction, even if it's $1, like you're saying, and you sold a foot pic to somebody, you're now a foot model.
That's 5 seconds of me taking and sending a pic. 10 seconds at the most for $1.
Yeah.
I mean,
good money.
What is that per hour? That's 60. What is
No,
that?
that's a second.
$1?
Like 5 seconds?
10
So you
seconds.
get-
Let's say 10 seconds, $1. So you get 60. You get 10 seconds at $1. You get 60. 60 a minute.
Don't you math me.
It's like
content creator.
$480 an hour.
Yeah. That's some good foot model pics. I don't
No
know.
Shit. I'd send a picture of my balls for $5.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I mean,
I just want to
yes.
know what
Just
type
say
of
yes.
person. I got a question for you. What type of person listens to everything we talked about for 3 hours, 7 minutes, and 29 seconds? Is there anybody out there right now who is still listening at 3 hours and 7
yes,
minutes?
we will have one of the great. So we don't have. We have a great group of listeners,
Yeah.
and we see our numbers jump when Alex used to post a lot on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Our numbers were much higher because you're getting those new people in. But still, we still have a really awesome group of people, and our retention rate is based off of Podbean, which we
Sure.
use, which doesn't take all the information in, but our retention rate's pretty good. But it's because we talked a little bit about fishing. Now we're talking about
kind of.
feet pictures. We're
Yeah.
talking about nuts,
Mhm.
male genitalia.
$5.
We talked about Blockbuster and
Yes.
all that. So one of the things that you get with Bass and Brews is you have no idea what you're going to get,
This
and
is
it
true.
keeps people engaged. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I can see if you're working the night shift, this will keep you alive, keep you going. You just never know what's the next conversation we're gonna have.
we release it Friday at 2 a.m. because we've had 2 or 3 people message to say, hey, I'm going to work or leaving work. I can't remember what it was. And Alex
need
knows
it.
their names because he gets some messages.
Yeah.
And we started releasing at like 6 a.m. or something, 7 a.m. Matter of fact, when Alex was gone for those 9 months I was talking about earlier, I was getting guests at Thursday night to record on a Thursday night and release on a Friday. Now we've got it a little bit ahead.
Yeah, a little
But
system.
yeah, I was releasing shit at like noon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I was having to do everything, and I have my own business, so I'm trying to run my goddamn business too. And this
All
bitch
right.
ain't making us no money. So, but we release at 2 a.m. because we had a handful of people that's when they were able to listen to it, and they didn't want to be a week behind. And so
Right.
we're like, fuck it, we'll we'll release
Send it.
2 a.m. Here you
The
go.
people have spoken. We must answer. I hear you.
The biggest thing I can tell people if they want to start a podcast is listen to your listeners. If somebody says they want that bitch released at 2 a.m., you release it at 2 a.m. All right, next question. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No.
I'm kind of
I don't-
surprised. You Ohio people are fucking weird.
We're not weird. We're the salt of the earth. This is the Caribbean of the Midwest.
No, dude, what the fuck? The Caribbean. Shh.
Such a visceral response I just got from you.
The Caribbean
You guys
of
listening
the
in, you can't see
Midwest.
the look. You can't see the look on his face. It was such disdain.
Frank Scalish is from Ohio, and he talks
Yeah.
about how shitty the fishing is
No.
that he can't even name his lakes.
No. Caribbean. Oh, I'm getting t-shirts made. I'm telling you. I'm going to be
You should just
uber wealthy.
the state outline Caribbean
Caribbean of the
of-
Midwest.
of the Midwest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna sell none of them goddamn
I'm
t-shirts.
telling you what, man.
You're gonna have your wife
pre-orders.
in there screen printing t-shirts.
The pre-orders will come rolling in. I'm gonna find
By
our new
rolling in-
normal.
By
Yeah.
rolling in like a fat guy coming to the buffet. Fuck, not another one. You gonna spend more on a rod or a reel?
Was that a question? I missed
It
it.
wasn't a statement.
I missed it. Something about rod or reel. What was the question?
Are you gonna spend more on a rod or a reel?
Or rod?
This is the only question, or the only time we usually talk about rods, and somehow Chat GPT said, "What rod are you gonna marry?"
What rod are you gonna marry? Yeah,
Yeah,
that should
What-
be one
what-
of your
what-
questions, actually.
Well, so what? All right, you said rod, which is
Yep.
great. Chat GPT knew this before we started. What rod will you marry?
Yeah. Right now, it's my cash and chatterbait rod.
Hmm.
I'd marry it. I might even just take it up there and put it in my bed and snuggle it tonight. It's a
Little bit
solid.
of spoon action.
It's 100%. I'd be the little spoon. It's so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
KY or Astroglide?
KY, man. KY.
This bullshit. We have been trying to get Astroglide as a sponsor, and I have talked to them on social media for damn near 2.5 years now.
You can't.
and we've
Why?
still not-
Did you ask
we've
that
still
question
not-
every time?
No, this was just for you.
Oh, I felt like you had that in your back pocket. You were waiting like for 3 hours and 12 minutes to ask me that one.
No, there's nothing in my back pocket ever. I'm off the cuff, buddy. I just wait for the opportune time to be an asshole. And by asshole, I mean a really good questioner.
Yeah, that's part of being a great podcast host is having the next question right behind the next question, right behind the next question, like stacked
Right,
in your
and-
brain.
Yeah, that's why you didn't have a son. You didn't use Astroglide.
Is that why? It was KY?
I
Had the
don't know.
females?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Hold up. Let's back up. I just glossed over the fact that you've reached out to Astroglide for the last 2.5 years.
Not
What are
only
those
reached out,
conversations?
we've had not only DM conversations, we've had in post comment conversations with Astroglide.
So you're essentially asking for a brand deal from Astroglide for Bass and Brews podcast.
Exactly, but we're shitty at doing anything outside of recording, so it hasn't happened.
Oh, so they were up for it.
I'm sure. Yes, let's say that because it's Astroglide. So anything, anytime you put Astroglide anywhere around a pecker, it's going to be up for it.
Nice. Well, I hope that you get that sponsorship. I'm sure it'd be.
Hey, we would be the only fishing
That'd be
fucking
amazing.
person out there with a personal lubricant deal if it ever happened.
Be money.
They wouldn't even
I'd be
have to pay
impressed.
us. They would just if they would
To
just
send it
go
to you?
share
Yeah.
our podcast. Just share our podcast and give us Astroglide, and we could give it out at the boat ramp.
Yeah. You can do a thing where if
wonderful.
people see you in person and they yell out Astroglide, you have to give them, like, you know, a sample of one. There it is. And you just got to keep a ton of it on your boat.
Yep. I mean, what's the difference in that and bait fuel?
Have you ever tried it? I don't know. Maybe rub Astroglide on your.
I have it
your
because I
soft
have
plastic.
a ton of Astroglide, so I don't have to use bait fuel. But if it ever came down to the point that I need a substitute, I think bait fuel would be a good substitute.
Yeah.
Colorless, odorless,
You
lubricant.
might be
less.
onto something here. No, I think
that's
it's
what
I
she
think it's
said.
good. You can do giveaway. You ever use the StreamYard giveaway tool? That randomizer thing? You can give away Astroglide every
Giveaway tool.
freaking
We do
every
one
freaking
live.
week.
We do one live a year, and
One.
pretty much everybody, plus Alex and I. There's been 2 years in a row that Alex has spilled a cup of bourbon on himself and his laptop in
Okay.
our end of year kegger.
Got it.
Nothing good comes from that.
See, I run all of mine live, so to not do it live is foreign to me.
Well, this is live. Like, there's no editing.
Sure, I mean like having comments.
Yes, I know. We do one a year. The end of
That's
year
one.
kegger.
Yeah. All right.
End
I
of year
like it.
kegger.
No, it's like I love the no edit rule. I mean, that's what I'm used to. I don't have time to edit.
I'm excited that you got excited about talking about personal lubricants.
Yeah. So we're all over the map tonight, folks. Personal lubricants. We have NES.
Danielle Wendell, I got
Wendell.
the Astroglide out tonight.
That girl's been asleep for a good hour and a half. She's probably like, what in the world?
Nah, bitch, she was texting you less than an hour ago.
When's your last
What the
text?
fuck
That
are
was
you
probably
doing?
like I went to bed text. That was 10:13.
See what
hour and 10 minutes
Astroglide
ago.
should be anyway. We can't get
She'd
into
be
that.
up. She'd be waiting. She'd be texting me like, "Hey, when you gonna be done with that podcast?
Yeah, I know.
What are you
Shit.
guys talking about?"
I
See,
got bait
usually
fuel.
she's on my podcast, so she knows what's happening, and like she'll chime in every
Was
once
she
in a
your
while with
producer?
this. No. I
This-
run the Wendell fishing business.
Does your co-host Seth Taylor not show up for your podcast?
No, homie shows up all the time, and when he doesn't show up, he lets me know like 5 weeks in advance.
Okay, so if you don't show up, can Seth Taylor record and post an episode?
Yes, I've had him do
How
it a few
often
times.
does that happen that you don't show up?
So I didn't have a co-host starting out, so I ran the first maybe 80 shows solo, and then I brought him on. We fished a tournament together. I like the guy. He's a completely different fisherman than I am. Uses FFS, and he's down in Florida, so it kind of rounds out.
Oh, so you actually
podcast.
catches real fish instead
Yes, catches big
of
donkey
fish.
fish and tournament fishing. So it was a good ad. But maybe 3 times over the past 30 episodes. Like if I'm on
we've
vacation.
had 3 times in the last 3 weeks. And then 2 years ago, we had 9 months of this.
I mean,
Say
when is
something
it
mean
yours?
about Alex. Say something mean about this
when
is your
it
time
yours?
to shine. Your time to shine. Say something mean about Alex right now.
Maybe you
Think
should
of
share another one of our
5'2",
green room
think of a
conversations.
5'2" guy with a raspy voice because he smoked Marlboro unfiltered since he was 11 years old and has a beard. He's younger than us, and his beard is grayer than ours. Say something mean, please.
I can't say something mean.
Okay, we're going to the next question and shotgun round then, because
Hit
this
me.
bitch is going to take another hour. when you think of something mean, say it. If you don't, I'm going to put words in your mouth. In a 3-hour session,
Yeah.
do you want to catch 5 2-pounders or 1 7-pounder?
Oh, 1 7-pounder.
You ever deep fried the eggs out of a 7-pounder?
What are you talking about?
Have you ever filleted?
I heard you, but why? I've never been asked that question before. No.
This is Bass
That's
and
a
Breeze.
thing?
You're going to get, yeah.
That's
exactly.
a thing?
The best fillets are from 5-pounders and up, and the best deep fried eggs are from 7-pounders and up.
I've never heard that. I've always heard that smaller is better and they taste better.
Yeah, because they're from like fucking Ohio and Wisconsin.
Caribbean of the Midwest.
Yes. That too.
Yes.
No, man.
What was the
Like,
first question? I had something to say about that.
You want to catch 5 2-pounders and 1
Oh.
7-pounder in a 3-hour session.
Yeah. I forget now.
You said 1 7-pounder.
Now I was going to say. So it's like the evolution of a fisherman, right? When I first started, it was, I want to catch a fish. And then you evolve into, I want to catch a lot of fish. And then you evolve to, all right, I know how to do that. I want to catch a big fish. And then you evolve to, I want to catch a bunch of big fish. And then you evolve into, okay, I can do that. Now I want to catch lure specific fish. And that's kind of where I'm not, like, I'm there some days. The other days I want to catch big fish and a lot of big fish. So I'm kind of, I oscillate between those three, depending kind of where I'm at and what I'm doing. Yeah.
Well, once you get to the point that you catch one big fish, you should start eating it. Especially during
It's
the
like
spawn.
blasphemy in bass fishing.
Yeah, fuck those bitches. Bass are good. And people say, oh, they taste like mud.
No,
Blah,
I do
blah,
believe
blah.
bass tastes good.
You come down here, we'll cook catfish, we'll cook crappie, we'll cook bass, and I will put money on it. I'll put $500 on it. Ain't one single person gonna be able to eat the 3 fillets and be able to tell the difference. Bass are delicious. And if you've never had bass roux, deep fried bass eggs,
Never.
they're good. But
Didn't even know that was a
the
thing.
big sacks. Part of the problem with bass fishing nowadays is we don't eat enough bass.
Yeah.
We can't get to
the
that now.
the big sacks.
Yeah, the big sacks, they just go down so easy. Ugh, love a good big sack. Hey, wacky rig or Texas rig?
Oh, wacky rig all day.
I figured that. Ohioan.
What's that mean?
I don't know. You tell me.
You're the one that said it. You're taking a shot at Ohio, and I always take offense
you
to
said
that.
it. You said wacky rig.
No, but you said figures. You're from Ohio.
Yeah, so elaborate.
Oh, well, I think the wacky rig's freaking stupid. But man, it catches fish year round for me.
It does.
It really does.
Just like Alex. It's stupid, except he never shows up where the wacky rig always shows up.
100%.
Say something mean.
Something you depend on. Now, when it comes to wacky rig worms, what's your go-to? Do you have like a? Is it the
Yum Dinger?
The Yamamoto Yum Dinger?
Yum
so
Dinger.
You go. Those things freaking like they almost float.
I don't give a fuck. They don't shake off every time I catch a fucking
Yeah,
fish.
but man, they get bit. Those things get bit.
Yeah, Yum Dinger, baby. They're the
No,
cheapest
Yum Dinger
one out
doesn't get
there.
bit. It is.
And
18 cents a worm.
And the fish can jump 10 feet in the air and shake his head 20 times on the way to the boat. You know what? My Yum Dinger is still on the
gonna
hook.
be there,
Or it's
100%.
floating right beside the boat and I can pick it up. And it's cheap.
And it's cheap. Now, let's say you were independently wealthy. What would
Yum
you
Dinger.
use? No, you wouldn't. No way.
Yeah, I would.
You'd use
on a flick shake.
Yamamoto Senko.
I throw my
Green
shit
Pumpkin.
on a flick shake, and so I'm not worried about it. Does what it needs to do. If I need to up the weight to make it float a little bit faster, but half a second of of float time ain't gonna make a difference in the
It
bite.
makes a difference. No. It is noticeable. It's noticeable.
Yeah, that's those Ohio fish. Come down here in the South, them bitches will bite that shit. You could throw you could take bubble gum and chew it till there's no sugar left, and shape it into in the shape of a dinger or a stick bait, and put it on a hook and catch a fish down south.
You probably fish 4-inch stingers down south, don't you?
Don't question my manhood. I'm a 5-incher though.
I feel like we started the lightning round an hour and a half ago. And you told me not to elaborate, but I've been elaborating on every single question.
Well,
so
I've
far.
been asking you. I will interrupt the fuck out of you and go to something else if I didn't want to elaborate. But that's what I do.
All right.
All right. You're on your way to the ramp.
Yeah.
Slow jams or hype music?
Hype.
What's hype music to you?
I don't know. I like I'll be honest with you, I like EDM. I just
The
like
fuck is that?
what? Electronic dance music?
See, Alex will know this shit because he likes stuff like that. No.
Oh
We've
yeah.
had somebody say before Brooks and Dunn.
Oh, I like country music, 100%.
Brooks and Dunn is not hype music though.
It's not. But it's interesting. So whenever I used to work at a computer as a day job, I used to like play EDM just to kind of get me through the day. I used to play it in the background. However, I feel like when I'm fishing and I'm in my truck, I call my truck Y2K, my new one. I feel like I have to be listening to country music. I feel like it's synonymous with fishing, right? If there's any genre that talks more about fishing, it's obviously country music. And so it feels like it goes together. I feel like
So you're gonna be a fake redneck.
What? A fake redneck? I used to live in Kentucky for 4 years.
You chew tobacco?
I smoke cigars. I don't chew.
Fake.
Cigars. Fake?
Look,
That's
a
true.
cigar will do you good, but I want to see you put half a pouch of beech nut in your
Nope.
mouth and not turn green.
Nope.
Or
No, thank you.
upper deck, a 3-finger lip of Copenhagen and not turn green.
I get about Big League Chews about the closest I get.
Speaking of food, have you ever eaten largemouth bass?
Yes.
Ooh, was it delicious?
It was pretty good. I know people
was-
give it a hard time, but I actually really liked it.
Fried
Deep
or
fried.
baked?
Deep fried.
Both. That's it. Got deep fried.
Yep.
Anybody
I'd never
that
bake it.
bakes a largemouth bass,
Bakes a bass.
well, a lot of people do, and that's their
Really?
problem. Yep. Yeah, that's their problem. If you bake or grill or do some other bullshit besides deep frying largemouth bass, you are going to end up on a Netflix documentary at some point in your life. You're a serial killer.
Yeah. Animals.
You're a psychopath.
That is so weird. I've never heard of anybody baking. The only thing I'm baking if it's a fish is a salmon.
Salmon.
Tomato. Sounds like you're saying, like,
you have a
Salamon.
buddy.
Saruman, or whatever it is from Lord of the Rings.
Hold on. You have a buddy. His name is Sal. What do you call him? Mud. Salmon. We had this conversation all the fucking time on this fucking podcast. I've had it numerous times on social media. It's salmon.
There's a
You ain't
reason
saying
why.
Go ahead.
There's a reason why whenever all these news outlets, they always hire people who live like in Ohio and Indiana, because we don't have these weird ways of saying things. It's a salmon.
Salmon. You don't call your buddy. Call him
Who
Sal.
has a buddy named Sam?
No, Sal.
Salmon. You kind of hear it's the L's like semi-silent.
Bitch, if your buddy's name is Sam, you call him Sam. There ain't no L in it. If your buddy's name is Sal, you call him Sal.
semi-silent.
There's a L. and then you just add the mun on the end. Salmon.
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 Can't do it. No. Salmon's
Another
so
food
weird.
question. Another food question. This is important. This is one I'm upset Chat GPT did not alert you to. Have you ever eaten beaver?
No.
No shit.
Who? The innuendos here are probably going to be far and wide. Who is eating a beaver?
I have.
You like eat the tail, right? That's what you do.
No, bitch, the
It's
tail ain't nothing but fucking gristle and fat.
I don't know. I've never eaten a freaking beaver. I live in Ohio. We don't eat beavers.
Oh, so
Who eats
beaver.
beavers?
So Ohio people, which is an epicenter of the fur trade, never eaten beaver.
How do you cook a beaver?
Well, some people say raw.
What?
Yeah.
All right. They actually, I guess it's considered a wild game meat, and
Delicious.
traditionally been eaten in parts of North America. So
Mhm.
it's a bit like beef or dark pork. Tail's
That-
fatty
Perfect. Yep.
and treated separately. And then it
Cook
shows
it like
me how
you
to
would
do
a
it.
Boston butt. You smoke meat, cook it like you would a Boston butt.
Okay. So these are the 3 popular cooking methods. Ready for this? ChatGPT. Slow cooked beaver roast. So 6 to 8 hours until tender. Then you have beaver tail, frontier style. You just got on me for saying eating the tail.
It's fatty.
So
But
you
go ahead.
remove the scaly skin from the tail.
Yep. Mhm.
You roast or grill the tail over a medium heat until the fat renders and the inside becomes tender. And then you
So-
just season it with salt and pepper. And then you fry it.
Or Astroglide.
Or Astroglide. Come on, you need that partnership. And then you got beaver chili. So there you go.
I mean, a great partnership for good beaver is Astroglide. You know?
True. That is true. This conversation, I mean, you could be just promoting the crap out of them right now, and they're just missing out on opportunity. Why don't they know
know.
this?
I'm just gonna say I'm sure Ohio has a lot of good beaver up there, and you've probably missed out.
Probably. Highly likely. I need to find someone who traps it because actually, now that I've read that it's not a weird thing to do, which I thought it was 3 minutes ago, I give it a shot. I would probably go with, out of all the 3, probably slow cooked beaver roast, but I'd have to try the beaver tail, dipped in
Get you a
flour and
beaver.
fried.
Get you a
Yep.
beaver. Get you a piece of beaver. Don't get the tail. Holler at me, and I will send you a recipe. You got a grill, smoker?
I got a grill. I
I'll-
don't have
I'll
a
send you a
smoker. My
beaver
brother
recipe.
does all the smoking and the meats and all that stuff.
Oh.
Hold up. How
So-
about when I come down and we go fishing and don't catch anything? Can you trap a beaver and we'll eat that bad boy?
I'm not sure your wife would be appreciative of you eating Carolina beaver.
That'd be a good video. Have you ever
Yeah,
do you trap them or how often do you eat beaver?
So, well, I mean, I try to at least once a week.
Once a week?
I mean, it like I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
you know, I mean, if you want to video
How
it,
do you
we
trap that
can,
beaver?
but you're gonna have to bring your own beaver for a video
Yeah.
because that's gonna be in that corner section of the VCR store. But there's 2 different types of beaver.
Okay.
This is the beaver that is delicious and scrumptious that you cook like you would pulled pork,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other beaver is the other one.
Yeah, the other one. Yeah. So when's the last time you've had
Yesterday,
roasted pork?
wrist support.
No,
Actually,
like a
yesterday.
roasted beaver, like beaver chili.
It's been a while. It's been about 15, 18 years since.
You make
I've
it
had-
sound like you eat it all the time.
I do.
How does one? This conversation done. Next question.
if
334.
if Chat GPT had done its job at the beginning
Seriously,
of this
I would have been
podcast,
prepared.
you would have never come on. You'd be like, "Hey, man, I had something come up. I can't do this."
No, this is the longest podcast I've ever been on and never been a part of.
This is the longest podcast of Bass and Brews history.
Come on, 3
And
hours.
we have
34
literally
minutes.
talked 10 minutes of fishing and 10 minutes of fucking kayak safety, which nobody wants to hear either
No
one
one
of those.
cares. No,
Yeah.
they don't. It was interesting. See, remember
We're not done. We're not done.
ChatGPT told me that if I can slide it in, if you remember that.
Yeah, with Astroglide, you can slide it in.
Yeah, just slide it in. Right. It says do it in a fun way without being salesy. Paul loves practical stuff, but with jokes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to
So
probably need to
if
polish
you
up my
eat the
jokes.
beaver right, you don't need Astroglide to slide it in. It's just ready.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You
All
ready
right.
for the last question? This is the most important question that we're going to ask you on Bass and Brews. Okay?
Ready.
It's a food question. Every angler loves a good sandwich. What are your top 3 sandwich proteins?
It's your Italian, so it's gonna be your capicola, your salami, and your pepperoni.
Good, safe answers. I love it.
I mean, safe. It's like the Vito number 5 at Jimmy John's.
Okay. Yep. Well,
Hot
we've had
peppers.
somebody say cheese.
Oh, didn't you ask me meats?
Yes. Proteins. Didn't even say
proteins.
meats. A separate cheese. We had somebody say cheese.
Awesome.
We had somebody say spinach.
Spinach proteins. Okay.
Yep. That was Bailey from Serious Angler. The greatest thighs and ass in kayak bass fishing.
All right.
So good times. Well, this was the end of the podcast. Thanks for coming on. See you later. Goodbye. I'm just kidding. This really is the end. That was it. That was a shotgun round.
Question for you then.
Ask.
So when someone asks you, which I'm sure you get asked all the time, who is the longest podcast ever, you will say Wendell Fishing. But then subsequently after that, like, what
Wendell.
did you talk? Yeah,
Wendell.
Wendell. The next question should come out of their mouth should be, well, what did you talk about, and was it actually any good? Because filling 3 hours and 40 minutes.
All right. So there's 2 things here. One,
Yeah.
nobody's going to ask what we talked about, with the exception of Alex, who wasn't here. He's going to say, "Hey, what'd you talk about?" And he's going to get the same answer that I always give when he's not here is, "I don't fucking know. Go listen to the podcast." He's not going to listen to the podcast, and he's going to go to Chat GPT and put some bullshit in. But what I'm going to do with this episode is I'm going to write the description.
Got it. For the upload. All right. It's going to take you a minute. We were all over the place.
No, it won't. No, bitch. It won't take me. It literally, it will take me a single minute. Not like a gangsta minute. I haven't seen you in a minute. It's going to take me a minute. But I'll write that shit out. A matter of fact, this weekend, I'm going to, circumcise Alex and go below him. And I'm going to write this shit and get it ready to post next week so he doesn't have to do anything. And he's not going to look at it. So it's going to be great. But no, somebody asked me, longest podcast ever, I'm going to say Wendell Fishing. I say, what'd you talk about? I'm going to say VCRs.
There it is. That was the highlight, you think, of the entire show?
I'm not done yet, bitch. Let me finish.
My bad. Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
VCRs, Astroglide, and Beaver.
Yeah.
That encompasses the parts that I feel like if somebody actually read the description of the podcast before they listen to it, they'd be like, "Huh, I want to listen to this fishing podcast about fucking VCRs and Astro." Are you going to promote this episode on your stuff? Are you going to be like, hey, baby, I just did a 4-hour episode on a podcast. You need to listen to it.
Yeah,
Probably not.
I'm not sure if the world's ready for that. If my people's ready for that. I don't know. The Caribbean and Midwest, I'm not sure they could handle it. It's a lot of juice for 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Especially if they use Astroglide.
Especially if they use Astroglide. So that's what you're gonna title. Like, how do you title your podcast? Like you said, the description, but do you have like a standard titling process you go through?
Wendell, I don't title shit. I literally show up for the podcast. Matter of fact, I've gotten every guest we've had this year on except for one. I get the guest and I show up. Everything else after that is Alex. Except today, he texted me, "Hey, aren't you going to post the podcast for tomorrow?" Bitch, you didn't tell me this shit 3 months ago when you told me you weren't going to be here. And so I went on today and I wrote a description for the podcast. See, you're asking questions from somebody who runs a podcast professionally. And I cannot articulate again, because I've done it 3 or 4 times tonight, that we don't do that shit. We just do it. Alex does his shit. I do mine. When he's not here, I do his, and we roll with it. So I cannot tell you what the episode name will be. I'll think about it. But I seriously, this weekend, am I going to make this episode where he doesn't have to do anything? And the description, I won't use Chat GPT. I will sit down. I'll drink 3 or 4 White Claw surges.
That was actually in the ChatGPT as well. Something about White Claw.
Why didn't you read it? Why didn't you read it?
I don't know. I don't remember.
You didn't
where
say
it was.
White Claw.
1 second.
It's White Claw surges. 8 alcohols.
Actually, I remember.
No,
the White Claw was actually in one of the reviews someone wrote you. That's where I saw it. It wasn't on ChatGPT.
All right, that makes sense. Well, look, man. Here's the deal. I thank you for coming on. We have eclipsed the longest episode ever. I had a good ass time tonight. I had a good ass time tonight. You didn't cuss one single time. And I'm not upset about it at all. I'm a little upset that you didn't talk shit about Alex. I had to
apologize.
Say stuff and say you said it. But this was a good ass time. It was awesome. And this is Bass and Bruce podcast. You have no idea what you're going to get when you come on here to listen. And we have a good time, though. And I feel like we had a great time tonight.
It was a good one. I appreciate you having me, brother. And
Anytime.
I will come prepared. If I ever get the invite back, right? If we have to eclipse, if someone beats 3 hours and 42 minutes, I need to be asked back on, and we have to go at least 1 minute longer.
We can do that, but I will tell you the next best thing is you have Alex and I on your podcast.
There we go. I like it. We can do that. And also, I will come prepared next time with terrible things to say about Alex.
Okay. But I will tell you this.
I apologize.
I'll tell you this. Alex and I have been guests on other podcasts. Once or twice together, but usually individually. Mm-hmm. And a few times the podcast host started the podcast off by prefacing it that this is the Bass and Brews. We're having so-and-so from Bass and Brews. And, they tried to lead in with, this isn't going to be our regular shit. That makes sense. Like, seriously, PSA. This is Bass and Brews. Just not
Uncut.
safe for work, not safe
unfiltered.
For kids.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Well, look, man, don't go anywhere. We're going to end this. We'll have some time in the green room. Thank y'all for coming to Bass and Brews podcast. The longest episode ever with Wendell fishing. Great time. I hope y'all enjoyed it. He hit his button. I'm not sure what that's about. All the other bullshit, you can listen to the beginning. Hit it. Hype music. Can't hear it.
No, I thought you were going to hit it.
I am. We're out.